of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas, is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots, but doctors have discovered they're unable to reverse or control serious side effects, such as internal bleeding caused by Xarelto. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. If you or a loved one was hospitalized for any form of internal bleeding or stroke after taking Xarelto, you may be entitled to a cash award and substantial financial compensation. There's limited time to file a claim, so call 800-714-0385 now. Call 800-714-0385. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-714-0385. That's 800-714-0385. Again, 800-714-0385.
660 AM, The Answer. Only for Texas. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. His name is Mark Davis. We'll show up for the Wednesday edition of the Mark Davis Show. You don't want to miss it because he's going to discuss everything in the way he does. And he'll share it with you. Mark Davis, what have you got planned, my brother?
Hey, JD, happy Tuesday. It's impossible to know when or if the growing mountain of Hillary email scandals will actually end her candidacy. It might. It should. But in this crazy country, especially the Democrat half of this country that holds her fate, I'll believe it when I see it. Meanwhile, we'll follow the facts, like did her attorney violate security clearance rules by keeping those thumb drives full of emails, and much, much more. Latest overnight news, a morning full of hot topics. Join us, everybody, tomorrow, 7 to 10 a.m., Mark Davis Show, right here on 660 a.m., The Answer.
Thanks very much, Mark. I appreciate that sincerely. And yes, it was illegal that her lawyer kept these thumb drives. Indeed, it was illegal that that this company, Platte River IT, had any of this information. Badly illegal. It's not done. It's like giving the nuclear launch codes. It's like giving the nuclear launch codes to your uncle. You know, give him the football for a couple of days. Hey, have you seen this briefcase? God, this is the coolest thing ever. Well, can you keep your eyes on this for us? No, you don't do that. Welch, who was one of the original founders, sold his third of the company to Salzo and Allshouse in February of 2010. He had no idea that Clinton had become a client until the news broke last week. He said, the whole thing is very surprising to me. I had no idea they had that kind of client. When I was with the company, we were a small Denver business-focused company. We really didn't do a lot. We did some stuff statewide. We may have had a client or two in the Western region, but we certainly weren't doing business in Washington, D.C. or on the East Coast. He runs his own IT company now, does Welch. It's called Colorado Cloud. He revealed Platte River did work for John Hickenlooper when he was running to be the mayor of Denver. He said, in the past, when I was with the company, we did some work with John Hickenlooper when he was running for mayor of Denver, Colorado. The space that we had in our office was essentially designed as a residential unit. The bathroom connected to the master closet, and that's what we retrofitted as a server room. We did some IT support for the Hickenlooper campaign. Asked if that was the connection to Clinton, he said, I would have no idea. It's the only connection I can possibly imagine. Hickenlooper was indeed elected mayor of Denver in 2003, served 2 terms until he became governor in 2011. It was also very possible Clinton's team came across Platte River thanks to the 2008 Denver convention. They would have known at that time that President Obama they knew he was going to be the candidate, and that the Obama administration would very likely offer Hillary Clinton the Secretary of State. That's when this plan probably hatched, where she said, you know, I'm going to want to be able to keep track of everything I do on my own equipment. And somebody stupidly said yes. He did claim that this is the original, one of the original owners, this Welch guy. He did claim that the setup was secure. The internal network was extremely secure. At the time, Inca Street was a relatively obscure location, second floor office. The technology we had in place was pretty good. The secrecy we had in place at the office was really good to protect our well-being. But they didn't have an alarm system. Oh. Asked if he thinks Clinton's emails could have ever been at risk from hackers, he said, "What changed after I left the company, I had no idea. I could not comment on that. I don't know." And that's the wrong answer. So what do we do about this? Is this going to cost Hillary Clinton her campaign? It should. Just like Mark said a moment ago. There's some people that need to go to jail over this. Are they the people of Platte River? I don't know. I don't know. We'll continue talking next. This is the Wells Report on 660 AM The Answer.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. I love birthdays, and our friends at Abacus Foundation Repair are celebrating 15 years of serving North Texas with the highest quality foundation repair, and they want to give something to you. On their 15th anniversary, $1,000 off any job with 10 pilings or more. Not only are you going to save $1,000, you'll have the peace of mind knowing that with Abacus Foundation, you're getting the elite state-of-the-art solution for your home. Millennium composite pilings. Nobody else has them. Abacus has an A-plus business rating from the Better Business Bureau, 6 straight years running on that. The expansion and contraction of Texas soils mean a lot of us have foundation issues. You don't want to call the wrong people. Call the right people first for the absolute best foundation repair. Affordable, reliable home warranty that you can pass on to subsequent owners of your home. Give them a call today, 972-406-9000, 972-406-9000, abacusfoundationrepair.com. Ask about $1,000 off, abacusfoundationrepair.com.
I'm Nick Soboleski, a select quote agent with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a $300,000 group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and can't take it with him. Well, I impartially shopped the highly rated term life insurance companies we represent and found Ray, who is 41 and takes medication to control his cholesterol, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $26 a month. That's almost twice the coverage for less than half of what he had paid. If SelectQuote hasn't shopped for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 1-800-573-2467. That's 1-800-573-2467. 1-800-573-2467. Or go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors not available in all states.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. What if there was one place where you could get fantastic prices on jewelry, various items, diamonds, watches, bullion, do some gold and silver and precious metals investing, place that dealt in maybe some rare coins, and maybe that would fix a watch or a piece of jewelry if you need some repairs? Wouldn't it be great if there was one place that did this? Well, there are 7, and they are all locations of Dallas Gold and Silver Exchange. Oh, I know there are places that do a variety of these things, but nobody does it better. Nobody does it with better people. Nobody saves you more money, and nobody gives you top dollar for old jewelry you don't want anymore like they do at Dallas Gold and Silver Exchange. DGSE.com to find the location closest to you. Every month brings an anniversary, maybe an engagement, good for you, birthdays, things you need to get out there and do some jewelry shopping. That could be a little bit of a tricky job. So let's go to a place where you know you're going to get great help and save a lot of money. Dallas Gold and Silver Exchange, DGSE.com. Check them out, DGSE.com. Dallas Gold and Silver Exchange, DGSE.com.
Pop quiz for all business owners. If you're not incorporated and someone sues your business, which one of these can you lose? Your home, your car, or your life savings? The answer? All 3. Because if you're not incorporated, it's not just your business that can be sued, it's you too, which means you could lose everything. Once business owners realize the risk of not being incorporated, they usually scramble to incorporate or form an LLC. To make it quick and easy, Incorporate.com is now giving away a free incorporation guide to all business owners, so you can incorporate in just 10 minutes. For your free 10-minute incorporation guide, call now, 1-800-733-1035. Protect your financial future. At Incorporate.com, they don't provide legal or financial advice. They just make incorporating or forming an LLC quick and easy. Call now for your free 10-minute incorporation guide. 1-800-733-1035. Hurry while supplies last. 1-800-733-1035. That's 1-800-733-1035.
Dallas Baptist University Women's Night Out featuring Shonda Pierce. Thursday, October 15th, 2015 with Lindsay McCall and Karen Williams.
You ever tried to put on a pair of Spanx in an airplane bathroom? My body twisted in ways I didn't know could.
Focus on the funny. Get your women's group together for a fun night out. Women's Night Out at Northwood Church in Keller, Texas.
So, there I was. I didn't want to give in to the peer pressure, but they already had their bags of mascara out and their lipstick, and I'm like, what I got? Blistex.
Tickets on sale at itickets.com. Call 1-800-965-9324. For group tickets, go to getgrouptickets.com or call 844-381-4751. Buy 10 or more reserved seats at one time and save $5 per ticket. Buy 30 or more reserved seats at one time and save $5 per ticket and get 2 free tickets. From Salem Media Group, Inc. and Awakening Events.
If you've got questions, we've got answers. 660 AM. The Answer. You're hearing tomorrow's front page on the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells, and now it looks like the running for the tall grass is probably going to start very, very quickly. So now what we know is that Hillary's email firm was Platte River Networks of Denver, Colorado. I don't know whether or not they were able to keep the state secrets that were shared with them safe. I don't know whether they had security clearances commensurate with the level of information that they had received. I don't know whether any of those people are going to end up going to jail. All I can tell you is that the questions that people are asking, like why didn't she use a more established firm, are easily answered in that an established firm would not go anywhere near that contract unless they were already a government contractor with the facilities in place. If they did have the facilities in place, they would have not allowed a private server with the Secretary of State's name on it to be run in their premises. Therefore, you have to have a group of people willing to do something like that, and that means illegal. And that means conspiracy. And it goes right to Hillary Clinton. There is no way for her to hide here. And this, by the way, is before. This is before the FBI announced today that, hey, you know what? It looks as though this homebrew email server was attempted to be flushed, but wasn't necessarily successful in that. I don't know whether you heard this or not, but when a government server is overwritten, when it is erased, it's not erased once, twice, 3 times. Government protocol requires it be erased 7 independent times. Data could show how secure the system was, whether someone ever tried to break in, who else had accounts on that system. A lawyer for Platte River Networks, a Colorado-based technology services company that began managing the Clinton server in 2013, said the server was provided to the FBI last week. There are all kinds of problems. A computer server is not a marvel of modern technology. Just like a home desktop, the computer's data is stored on a hard drive, although it's probably a much higher quality hard drive than what you normally can buy at Fry's. It's unclear whether the drive Clinton used was thoroughly erased before the device was turned over to federal agents. If it had been, it's also uncertain whether the FBI could recover the data. Clinton's lawyer has used a precise term, wiped, to describe the deletion of the emails, but it was not immediately clear whether the server had actually been wiped. Such a process overwrites deleted content to make it harder or impossible to recover. The FBI was confident, according to news reports today, that they would be able to recover the data. If indeed somebody had tried to access it, that would be available on the server. Oh, man. Forensics experts might have an easier time retrieving the data because since it was installed in 2009, the server is most likely using a traditional hard drive disk-based service rather than a newer solid-state unit that only became more commonly used in the last 2 or 3 years. Forensics experts would then have an easier time retrieving erased data because such older disk-based servers are not as efficient at deleting material. This, according to an assistant professor and director of cybersecurity at Pace University's School of Computer Sciences and Information Systems in New York, Darren Hayes. A hard drive disk is very difficult to manipulate. Once you get your hands on a hard drive, there's a lot you can recover. Even after files are marked for deletion on a disk, their contents remain on the drive and can be retrieved. Even if the full file is gone, fragments can be pulled off the drive. Sometimes a complete email file can even be found inside other files marked for deletion. Clinton said in March that she had exchanged about 60,000 emails during her 4 years in the Obama administration, half of which were personal. She turned over the others to the State Department, which is reviewing and releasing them on a monthly basis. By the way, the State Department announced today that there was more information that Clinton had given her than they had anticipated. Somewhere in the tens of thousands of emails. She had a tough day today in Las Vegas, Hillary Clinton I'm talking about. She was agitated as she repeatedly insisted during a press conference that she had done nothing wrong. She was frustrated at the questions about the issues. What I did was legally permitted, number one, first and foremost. No, it wasn't. We turned over everything that was work-related, every single thing. Everything was work-related, ma'am. It's a government server as soon as the Secretary of State's information appears on it. It belongs to the government. Whether you paid for it or not is moot. She said that I regret that this has become a cause célèbre, but that does not change the facts. And no matter what anybody tries to say, the facts are stubborn. Yeah, like federal law that says you can't do what you've been doing. Asked if the server, which had been turned over to the Department of Justice, had been wiped clean, Clinton initially shrugged and said, like with a cloth or something? Again, Ms. Clinton, there are times when you joke and there are times when you don't, and this is one of those times you don't. She recovered her bearing at some level and said, I don't know how it works digitally at all. Aides could be heard in the background telling reporters that Clinton had to go. She remained to answer questions a few more minutes before leaving. She walked away. She turned back to reporters who continued to ask questions with a shrug. Her comments came after hours NBC News reported the FBI is hoping to recover data from the server, which Clinton's team turned over last week after months of criticism from Republican lawmakers and even some Democrats. Clinton turned over more than 50,000 pages of official emails to the State Department, but deleted a similar number of emails that she deemed personal. We turned over everything that was work-related, she said. Every single thing. Personal stuff we did not. I had no obligation to do so and did not. That is not true either. House Benghazi Committee Chairman Trey Gowdy had repeatedly asked Clinton to give the server to an independent party in order to ensure nothing official had been deleted. He chided her back in March for the deletion, which he framed as ensuring no one could check behind her analysis in the public interest. By the way, many experts politically have pinned the ongoing controversy as a partial explanation for Clinton's recent performance at the polls. Her lead over Senator Bernie Sanders has dipped. A small handful of Republican rivals took the lead over her in key states. Talk of a potential challenge from Vice President Joe Biden has intensified over the past few weeks, but the White House said yesterday that there were a lot of difficulties in them being willing to support Joe Biden for president. No, it'll be Martin O'Malley. Some other guys will show up. They'll try to do something. They've even talked about putting Governor Moonbeam on the ticket. Yeah, that's right. Governor of California. What's his face? What's his name? Yeah, Jerry Brown. Yeah, that would be a disaster. Absolute. I was in California during the Medfly crisis. What a stupid circus that was. That was ridiculous. So there you go. Okay? That is the latest news on the Hillary email mess. And it's getting worse. If the FBI is able to pull stuff off that server, and there's no reason to think that they're not going to be able to, Katie, bar the door. Katie, bar the door. Do you have anything to say on this? How does this hit you? What does this mean to you? Right this minute. Call me with your party affiliation and tell me what this means to you. I just want to hear what you think about all this. 866-660-5759. Let's have a little town hall right this minute. I just want to hear what you have to say. I'm not going to argue with you. I just want to hear your thoughts. How does this hit you? What does this entire mess regarding Hillary's emails mean to you? Is it a career ender? Look, I'm a talking head. Everything that I know says it is. But like I started this conversation off earlier, is this a tree in the forest that falls with no one there to see it? If so, does it make any noise? What do you think about this server mess? What are your thoughts? 866-660-5759. John in Grapevine, welcome to the Wells Report, sir. Hi.
Excellent show.
Thank you.
Jon-David, these people all belong in jail. I lived through the impeachment hearings of Richard Nixon. And where that mess all broke open was when they brought in Butterfield, and he revealed the secret taping mechanism that had been set up in the Oval Office.
Yes.
What they need to do is they need to bring these people from this tech firm in and say, boys, you're going to jail for a long, long time unless you spill all the information right here. And if they refuse to do it, then indict them and work your way up. It's going to take some time, but Hillary Clinton belongs in jail for what she's done. And I cannot see any way that the Democratic Party does not ask her to step aside and they put somebody else in.
I don't know how they can do it either, John. I really don't. Because here's the situation. As long as there is some subjective judgment, prosecutorial discretion, it was called when Eric Holder was running the show, the Department of Justice can decide to prosecute or not. This is a different kettle of fish. This is a bridge too far. There can be no prosecutorial discretion on this. Whoever directed that this material be kept on the servers at Platte River Network is someone that will go to jail. Whoever transferred information to that server is someone who will go to jail. Whoever it is that allowed that information to be in the hands of people without proper security clearance will go to jail. There are laws protecting the government of the United States from people doing this kind of work with classified government information and property. They're plain. Every single one of these things leads directly to Hillary Clinton, and there is no escape here. There's no escape. Except someone can say, are we really going to put a former First Lady and a former Secretary of State in jail? Similar things were said about General David Petraeus. He got 2 years of probation and a $100,000 fine. Last year, it was rumored that Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton made $130 million. If they are fined for every violation of government property on that server, that may suck up all that money. Let me get to Leroy in Dallas. What do you think about this, Leroy? What are your thoughts on this?
Well, just my thoughts. I was wondering, why are we so concerned about Hillary's emails? I mean, she's not the cause of ISIS, and I'm pretty sure ISIS does not care about Hillary's emails when they're talking about killing us, all of us. So I think we need to really focus in on what's the real threat here. Is it Hillary's emails, or is it ISIS infiltrating U.S. ground as we speak?
Let me ask you this, Leroy. If ISIS got information off that server that made their infiltration in the U.S. easier, is that a problem?
What could they know that they don't already know from the news?
They could
the news
know
tells everything.
They could know what the State Department was thinking when it came to letting people travel across the world.
I guarantee you, ISIS would not explain that when it comes to beheading us.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about them actually moving. It's a different story. I appreciate your thoughts, Leroy. Thanks. 866-660-5759. What are your thoughts about this Hillary Clinton server mess? What are your thoughts? I want to hear from you. You tell me what you think next on the Wells Report.
Men, if you could turn back the clock, say 20 years, would you? See, after the age of 30, our bodies produce about 10% less testosterone, and every year following it will produce 1 to 3% less. But now, thanks to medical advances in treating low T or low testosterone levels that our body produces, you can and will feel 20 years younger. The doctors at National Vitality Centers have helped thousands of men feel younger, have more energy, and perform better at work, at the health club, and yes, even in the bedroom. National Vitality is a men's health clinic that is comprised of professionals that have years of experience and expertise treating personal issues that men will face. Call National Vitality Center for a confidential visit and a $99 consultation that will include a comprehensive hormone panel and examination through the month of August. Call 972-521-8221. That's 972-521-8221. Or you can find us at nationalvitality.com.
Hi, I'm John Hill, founder of the Good Contractors List. I get asked a lot if the Good Contractors List is like Angie's List, so I thought I'd take the time to do a comparison and let you decide. On the Good Contractors List, we actually meet every one of our contractors face-to-face and have an extensive screening process. On Angie's List, you can pay to read reviews. On the Good Contractors List, if issues arise with our contractors, we get physically involved and will come to your home if necessary. On Angie's List, you can pay to write a bad review. The Good Contractors List takes into consideration things like overhead and sales tactics when choosing our contractors. On Angie's List, you can pay to read reviews. If one of our contractors refuses to fix a problem, we investigate fully and pay up to $10,000 of our own money to get it fixed. On Angie's List, you can write a bad review and you're on your own. The Good Contractors List is absolutely free with a $10,000 guarantee. Reviews are good. Responsibility is better.
The Good Contractors List.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. Got a question. Why is your mobile phone bill going to help Hillary become president of the United States? Answer is, same reason Big Mobile helped Obama win twice. It's what they do. Now Hillary's counting on Big Mobile to help her in 2016. If you're okay with that, don't listen further. But if you don't want to support Hillary or other leftist candidates and causes, switch to EOS Mobile. EOS Mobile. Website is EOScell, EOScell.com to learn more. EOS has the same great nationwide network, high-speed data, voice, pretty much everywhere across the country. EOS has the same devices you have come to love. And with plans starting at $9.99, a plan for every budget. Best of all, EOS Mobile at EOScell.com gives 5% of each bill to conservative causes and candidates. If you're stuck in a contract, they'll buy you out. If you want your phone bill to support conservative candidates, the choice is clear. EOScell.com. Learn more now at EOScell.com. EOScell.com. Same phones, same service, better causes. EOScell.com. EOScell.com.
I'm Steve Sidkowski, a former Wall Street insider. I'm holding a book that will show you investing strategies which could help you earn the kind of money you've always dreamed about. And right now, I'm giving this book away for free. So who needs to read it? If you're in the middle of your career and worry you'll never have enough money to retire, you need to read this book. If you're already retired and your income isn't enough, you need to read this book. And if you don't want to be selling burgers at 80, you need to read this free book. It includes the strategy I use to make a 72% profit on a trade where the stock only moved 12%. You'll need at least $1 million to ever fully retire. If you're behind on that goal, you really need to read Trade Like the Pros. And you can for free by calling 1-800-708-4557. Skeptical that it will deliver results? It's a free book, so what do you have to lose? Find out how at 1-800-708-4557. 1-800-708-4557.
Watching the news, you may wonder, what would I do if something happened at my office, church, or school? In today's society, being prepared could be the difference that saves your life. That's why you're invited to the Danger Zone 2, an active shooter seminar, Thursday, September 3rd at the Eisman Center in Richardson from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. This seminar is your opportunity to gain valuable insight on what to do in dangerous real-life scenarios. This seminar will explore many of the most recognized suggestions for dealing with an active shooter situation. It's perfect for church leaders, school teachers, administrators, officials, parents, anyone who's ready to learn and be prepared for the unexpected. The Danger Zone 2, Thursday, September 3rd at the Eisman Center, featuring presentations from FBI Dallas, private sector experts, and more. For info and to purchase your tickets now, visit 660amtheanswer.com and click on the link. A presentation of the FBI Dallas Citizens Academy Alumni Association, a 501c3 nonprofit corporation, not part of the FBI.
660 AM, The Answer. 660amtheanswer.com. Isn't thinking so much more fun than getting yelled at? The Wells Report on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. I am interested in what you have to say. We'll take as many calls as you care to make. I've been reporting this email mess that Hillary Clinton is mired in for days, weeks even. What are your thoughts about it? What do you actually think? I just want to hear what you think. Okay? Is this something that truly matters to you? No? Yes? If so, why? Don in Plano, thanks very much for joining us. Welcome to the Wells Report. Hi.
Thank you, Jon-David. Hey, we appreciate you so much. You're like the Paul Revere of our time, only you're yelling, the Democrats are coming, the Democrats are coming. But I was just going to tell you that I've been in technical installed in server rooms all over the U.S. So for the Bell companies, Google, Level 3. And you don't get into those places unless you have a palm scan and an eye scan. You're always on camera. You have to sign in, sign out. And that's not even a government server room. So this is a joke. And what I don't understand is there's got to be a whole slew of technical people that signed off to allow this to happen. I just don't understand that part.
Yeah. This is, this is a situation where anybody in your business would know better, except for people who set aside reality for politics. We've been talking about that for a long time, Don. You know, it's one thing to be a partisan. It's okay. It's okay to be a partisan patriot. But when you start suspending reality, when you start suspending law for the sake of partisanship, that's a bridge too far. That's when things begin to go dangerously awry. And that is where I believe we are. What do you think? Tell us next. This is the Wells Report.
Hi, this is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor. I'd like for you to join me on my talk show this weekend. What I do is teach people how to go the natural, organic route. I stir up trouble, too, because I throw out some things that a lot of people just don't think are correct. You know what? We have a lot of experience to back up what we recommend. Have healthier gardens and more fun gardening. Join me this and every weekend.
Join Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
Finally, the rain appears to be over and summer is upon us. The recent rains have caused the clay soil to expand and raise some homes with foundation problems, making them appear to be fixed. I'm Tom Kidd, engineering graduate of Texas A&M and owner of Structured Foundation Repairs. Our number is 972-484-1200. Listen. Heavy rain swelling the clay soil and raising homes with foundation problems is like pumping air into a tire with a slow leak. It may look like the tire is fixed, but it is still leaking air and will eventually go flat again. If you think this might be happening with your home, call Structured Foundation Repairs today for a free, comprehensive evaluation of your foundation. We'll let you know if you have a foundation problem or if you're just experiencing normal seasonal movement. We'll also check to see if you have a drainage problem around your home and make recommendations if the drainage should be improved. We're fully insured and our peers come back by a lifetime transferable warranty. So if you have questions about your foundation or think you might have a drainage problem, call Structured Foundation Repairs today at 972-484-1200 or click structuredfoundation.com.
How much of your life are you losing because of pain? staying up at night because you can't sleep, sitting on the sidelines as life moves around you. I'm Dr. Chad Glines, DC at Genesis Back and Neck, and I really do want to give you your life back.
My name is Debbie, and spinal decompression saved my life. I was unable to function at work. I didn't think I'd make it to retirement. And after going through his procedure, I feel like I have my life back. Genesis has an amazing staff. They really do care about their patients. I cannot recommend them highly enough.
I love stories like that. Spinal decompression is safe. It's FDA cleared. It's not painful, and it has a huge success rate. At Genesis, we accept most major insurances, and your first visit will be at no charge. Please stop hurting and call me. 817-328-1922. That's 817-328-1922 or online at genesisback.com.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM, KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. Another Senate Democrat says no to the Iran nuke deal.
New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez became the second Senate Democrat to announce that he will oppose the Iran nuclear deal and also, if called upon, vote to override a presidential veto.
Fox News Radio's John Decker, 20 Senate Democrats said they'll vote yes. A new drug designed to increase sexual desire in women will soon be on the market.
The Food and Drug Administration giving the okay to ADGI, aimed at treating hypoactive sexual desire disorder in some women. It's the first time the FDA's ever approved a drug aimed at boosting desire. It doesn't increase blood flow to certain regions like Viagra, but it's believed to act more like an antidepressant that helps correct an imbalance of neurotransmitters in the brain.
Fox Radio's Jill Nato. Rosie O'Donnell's teenage daughter, who went missing a week ago, is found safe and sound. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Stimulating talk, 660 AM, The Answer.
This is Lauriston Crockett, and I want to introduce you to GenoStem. This product has changed the supplement world forever. Are you tired of having a collection of synthetic vitamins that could be toxic with side effects? GenoStem is in a category all its own. It has 18 amino acids and 21 naturally occurring growth factors. I take GenoStem, and I've experienced a loss of body fat, increased lean muscle mass. I have more energy throughout the day, sleep better at night, and I'm a better man in the boardroom, the bedroom, and the gym. I take GenoStem, and I believe you should too. GenoStem has changed the lives of thousands of people. Shouldn't you be one? If you're an athlete, weekend warrior, or just a regular man or woman who wants to improve your quality of life, learn more and place your order at my website, genostem.com. Enter code USA at checkout to save 10%. Don't take my word for it. Try it and be amazed. Order today at genostem.com. That's GENOSTIM.com. Get 10% off and 100% money back guarantee to change your life. You want the golden key for your health? It's at GENOSTIM.com.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with the Reliant Air Conditioning Consumer Update. Today's topic is the sales technician. Most companies use their service techs to sell new equipment on service calls, and the more equipment they sell, the more commission they make. But would you buy a new car from your mechanic? The fact is, the guy you're trusting to repair your system actually makes more money if he can sell you a new one. At Reliant Air Conditioning, you get a certified service technician, not a salesman. Our techs don't work on commission, and they don't sell equipment. If you need a new system, we're the only company in town that tells you to get 2 other bids and then call us. Now you can save over $3,500 per system with Carrier's Cool Cash. So call 2 other companies, get their price, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning, and you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437 or ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. If I go somewhere and I love it, I'll come back. If I love it twice, I'll keep coming back. And if there's a place I've continued to walk into for more than 20 years, I must love them. So that means I must love Dallas Gold and Silver Exchange. You would be correct about that. Every time it's time to anniversary shop or birthday shop, or maybe get into that investing in gold and silver thing, which everybody should be doing just at least a little bit of. They'll tell you how. They'll show you the ropes. At Dallas Gold and Silver Exchange, make it your headquarters for all things gold, silver, jewelry, even collectibles like rare coins. Every location of Dallas Gold and Silver Exchange is different, and there's 7 of them, so why don't you find the one that's closest to you? Dallas Gold and Silver Exchange, DGSE.com. Fantastic stuff on the shelves. They'll give you top dollar for jewelry you don't want anymore. So it's just a great place to go. Good people, great prices, fantastic stuff. to jewelry shop, to diamond shop, to gold and silver invest, all at Dallas Gold and Silver Exchange, DGSE.com, DGSE.com.
There was a lot to love about your timeshare. Now that it's time to get out, there's a lot to love about ResortRelease.com. ResortRelease.com helps timeshare owners terminate their contracts and end all future payments guaranteed. If you've tried to sell your timeshare, you know how impossible it can feel. But our 100% guarantee lets you legally and permanently walk away or you pay nothing. Resort Release holds a Better Business Bureau A+ rating. We're the only timeshare cancellation company in the nation with their prestigious accreditation. 2016's maintenance fees are on the way. Talk to one of ResortRelease.com's expert asset managers before that bill arrives. 800-281-9595. That's 800-281-9595. Experience ResortRelease.com's easy cancellation process and free yourself from the burden of that timeshare. Call 800-281-9595 or visit ResortRelease.com.
This isn't a commercial. It's a gift to anyone who's sick and tired of dealing with their hearing loss. Because we'll give everyone who calls a risk-free trial of a life-changing hearing breakthrough called Listen Clear. Not only that, we'll also give you free shipping and free batteries for life. But you must call now. 1-800-943-2757. Listen Clear is precisely designed by top audio engineers to fit your ear almost invisibly. And you can adjust Listen Clear to find the perfect way to hear everything, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Listen Clear is so invisible, people may not even know you're wearing it. And it's so lightweight, you may even forget you're wearing it too. So if you're sick of dealing with your hearing loss, let us give you a 100% risk-free home trial with free shipping and free batteries for life. For free information, call now. 1-800-943-2757. That's 1-800-943-2757. 1-800-943-2757.
We gave Tom 12 seconds to give 6 reasons why he opened a Mathnasium Learning Center franchise.
Okay. Great income potential. Doing good for kids. Doing what I love. Making math make sense to kids. 500 centers open already. 1 every 3 days. Mathnasium taught me the business. Helps me. Supports me.
Time's up. Pretty good. For franchise information, visit mathnasium.com or take the first step right now. Call 855-361-MATH. That's 855-361-6284.
You can listen on the go. Find us on iHeartRadio. 660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells, and so we've been discussing Hillary Rodham Clinton's very crazy ideas about why she should have a private email server. I mean, seriously? But a lot of people have been pounding you with this information. Has anybody asked you what you actually think about it? 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. I want to know what you actually think about all of this. 866-660-5759. Vince in Dallas. Thanks for joining us. What are your thoughts on this email mess?
Well, my thoughts are this. First thing is no, I don't think she's going to get away with it. And I think if she did do anything illegal, she should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. And if that means firing squad, then that means firing squad. But no. I don't think she's going to get away with it because conservatives are not going to let her. They're going to keep whining and crying about it, just like liberals whine and cry about everything Donald Trump does. That's the problem with this country. Mostly everybody are robots. They're going to look on one side and they don't care what the other side is doing. They're going to see everything on their side and their side only, including you, John. You can turn on this radio station every day and find out what the news is, and every one of you, the hosts, are saying the same things over and over and over. Everybody act like robots. They just go by what they see on their side and don't look at nothing on the other side. Everything Hillary Clinton does is trying to destroy this country on the conservative side. Everything Donald Trump is doing on the liberal side is trying to destroy this country. It seems like nobody thinks for themselves.
Well,
everybody just does what everybody tells them to do, like followers, like Nazis, actually.
Look, when I don't know how much you listen to this broadcast, but I bring up fascism, which is the bellicose, pushing around and intimidation of people who disagree instead of actually having conversations like this, Vince. We are being divided by professionals, and we need to stop. And that is what I have been working on for months now on this radio broadcast. We have to look at this for what it actually means, not what the political implications are. Laws have been broken here. She should be prosecuted if she indeed has broken law. But what we've seen is this administration all the way from the top set aside law for the sake of the political imperative. Would you agree or not?
I'm just hearing that from your point of view. Now, do I think, this is what I think. I think President Obama, just like I think President Bush, I think they're both doing what they think is best for this country. I might not agree with everything,
right,
but they think that they're doing what's best for this country. Not Bush is trying to run this country in the ground. Not Obama's trying to turn everybody into Muslims. I mean, it's laughable when you listen to some of the stuff that people say on these radio stations and, at other places I go to.
Well, all I'm trying to do is have a conversation, man. Because we're gonna have to decide at some point, what kind of country we want. I don't want a country where the leaders set aside law for the sake of their politics. Do you?
No.
And I don't want one of those. Okay, so we agree there. What I want is I want somebody that will snap this government out of the habit of working for political deal making and special interests instead of we the people of the United States.
And how long has that been going on?
It's been going on forever. And yeah, it's bipartisan. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about, you notice I haven't said anything about parties, right? I'm talking about politics in Washington, D.C. We should not have to deal with this gang of guys and women in Washington, D.C. every single day. I can't tell you the last time I was able to come to this broadcast and this microphone and not talk about politics. This isn't supposed to be a political show. This is supposed to be the news, man. But every day, there's something else that continually focuses we the people on politics. And I think that's why, at least on the Republican side, we're seeing people that aren't politicians running. We're seeing people that do not represent that world because we're upset with the people that represent that world. Because I think they're screwing this nation up. And all of this division for the sake of politics is stupid and it's destructive. And I've had enough. And then he paused to.
No. I thought I didn't even know I was still on the radio. I agree. I've had enough too. Everybody, to me, just seems like
yes.
The first thing come out of their mouth is, "Oh, the liberals are trying to kill this country. Oh, the conservatives are trying to kill this country." And if you're on the liberal side, it doesn't matter who the president is. You're gonna complain. You're on the conservative side. It don't matter who the president is. If he's a liberal, you're going to complain.
Well, all I can tell you, Vince, and I'm going to have to move on because I've got some other calls. All I can tell you is I'm complaining about all of them. I want a government that's out of my way. I want a government that's out of my pocketbook. I want a government that doesn't strangle me with regulations that nobody gives a damn about except for special interest groups trying to take my money. I know what to do. I know how to be an American. I want a government that lets me. Let me get to Ryan in Addison, Texas. Ryan, thanks for joining us. Hi.
Hey, I'm one of the younger guys that listen, and I think it's really just very, very simple before we get into what laws were broken. It's a violation of the trust, of American trust.
At the very basic level, it is. It's not between Hillary Clinton and the Justice Department. It's not between the White House and the Justice Department and the Department of State. It's between that woman wanting to be the president of the United States and whether we trust her to be.
Exactly, and it could have been her, it could have been anybody, and it comes down to that exact same point.
It does. It absolutely does. May I ask your age?
24.
What do you think of the broadcast? Are you learning anything? Does this matter to you?
Yeah, it does. I've been listening for a couple of weeks now. Just got turned on to it, and it's one of those things where there's things I agree with, there's things I don't agree with, but that's part of doing my due diligence. You listen to both sides, and you make an informed decision.
You absolutely have to. Good luck, and thanks very much for making us a part of that decision-making process, my friend.
Yep, thank you, sir.
All right. Let me get to Steve in Rosser. Steve, what do you think?
Well, I'm not even going to sit here and pretend like I actually know what I'm talking about, because on the technical side of this, I'm pretty much lost. I'm not a high tech redneck or nothing like that. But and at the risk of sounding paranoid, and I really hate to go here, but I'm really wondering if this has something to do with some spy games, some espionage going on here.
Well, let me try to explain it to you in a way that makes sense. Okay, so say for example you're the Secretary of State and you have high level conversations that many of which really don't need to be shared with the American people. Okay, you write all these things down, you put them in folders, you put them in envelopes, and you send them to a couple of guys in Colorado. All right, and what they do is they make a copy and send them back to you. You can't just throw those things into the vast sea, the cloud. You can't just send those things across the cloud without somebody seeing them that isn't supposed to. That's basically what's going on here. Okay.
Right. Okay, I understand that, but when it comes to like breaking the computer down and wiping this,
Yes.
wiping that, and servers this,
Well,
all that. But,
well, you see, the way that works is this. Imagine, how you erase a piece of paper?
Yeah.
Well, if you erase a piece of paper, there's still writing left.
Right, correct. There's a way to retrieve the information.
It's basically like that, and you can get rid of all of the writing, but then you can still see the indentations on the paper. So there are things like that you're dealing with here, Steve, and that's and the problem with all of this is that none of that information is hers. It's all ours. Does she take part in it? Yes. But when she's the Secretary of State, the President of the United States, the Secretary of Commerce, the Secretary of Defense, your thoughts belong to we the people. They are not just yours. You are in that job. You are in that job to work for us, not the other way around.
So you don't think that that this could possibly? I'm not a conspiracist or nothing like that. But do you think this could possibly be like espionage going on here?
Well, you see, that's the problem. You see, when you have a secure computer system, a secure storage facility, it's called a SCIF. If you have one of those, and those go through a government protocol about what's secure and what isn't, okay? If you don't have one of those, you don't have a minimal level of security, because a SCIF is basically a minimal level of security. Yeah, a SCIF, by the way, is a sensitive compartmented information facility. Okay? That's what those are. And if you don't have one of those, if you don't have a place to store all that, then you are in violation of the law. If you are dealing with sensitive information, and she is. A bunch of guys in Colorado is not a SCIF. It's just a bunch of guys in Colorado. Let me get to Lita in Grand Prairie. You worked on this. You tell us.
Well, hi, JD. But worked for the federal government for over 10 years.
Yeah.
Going practically messed up with my eyesight. I know that Hillary Clinton should not have done what she done.
Sure.
I mean, I could not send secure emails to other people unless they had a clearance to receive it. And I couldn't receive it unless I had the proper things in place to do it. I don't think that she should have used the email for her private business or friendship or whatever. Even when we was at work, we would probably go on Yahoo and do something, but we would never, ever use the business email. And you go through every year, you have to sign off that you went through this class. And you understand the rules. You understand you can be prosecuted. You know what to look for on the computer. And if she says she don't know if it was secure, she was a first lady since I don't know when. She knew what she was doing. That's just the way I see it.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm asking you. I want to know from you. We all talk to you about this. We give you the news. Like I said, I'm just trying to tell you what's happening, right? I mean, we talk about the news because they're important issues of the day, but we spend way too much time on politics on this broadcast. We have to, because we never know what these people are going to do next. Hillary Clinton's getting snippy with reporters about having to answer questions about this. Well, I'm sorry, Ms. Secretary, if you didn't want to have this problem, then maybe you shouldn't have done what you've done to create this problem. This is the Wells Report, more of which is next.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. I love birthdays, and our friends at Abacus Foundation Repair are celebrating 15 years of serving North Texas with the highest quality foundation repair, and they want to give something to you. On their 15th anniversary, $1,000 off any job with 10 pilings or more. Not only are you going to save $1,000, you'll have the peace of mind knowing that with Abacus Foundation, you're getting the elite state-of-the-art solution for your home. Millennium composite pilings. Nobody else has them. Abacus has an A-plus business rating from the Better Business Bureau, 6 straight years running on that. The expansion and contraction of Texas soils mean a lot of us have foundation issues. You don't want to call the wrong people. Call the right people first for the absolute best foundation repair. Affordable, reliable home warranty that you can pass on to subsequent owners of your home. Give them a call today, 972-406-9000, 972-406-9000, abacusfoundationrepair.com. Ask about $1,000 off, abacusfoundationrepair.com.
Attention men, are you tired of being tired all the time, lacking energy? Are you tired of not being able to lose the excess weight you've gained? In many cases, it's caused by a low T or a decrease in testosterone levels that our body produces. The good news is that advances in medical treatments can now reverse these symptoms. The doctors at National Vitality Centers have helped thousands of men feel years younger, have more energy, and perform better at work, at the health club, and yeah, even in the bedroom. National Vitality is a men's health clinic that is comprised of professionals that have years of experience and expertise treating personal issues that men will face. Call National Vitality Center for a confidential visit and a $99 consultation that will include a comprehensive hormone panel and examination through the month of August. Call 214-301-0994. That's 214-301-0994. Or find us at nationalvitality.com. You can again feel like you did 20 years ago.
Frank, I really think we need an American Home Shield home warranty.
But we have homeowners insurance.
I'm worried about our home appliances and systems breaking down, like our air conditioner. Homeowners insurance doesn't cover any of that. A home warranty does.
But homeowners insurance covers stuff that might happen, like a meteor crashing into our house or a Bigfoot attack.
A Bigfoot attack?
There's a Bigfoot outside now.
That's the neighbor's dog.
Sounds like a Bigfoot.
Homeowners insurance can cover the things that might happen, like Bigfoot destroying your home. But an American Home Shield home warranty covers what will happen, like your home systems and appliances breaking down. Protect your budget from covered breakdowns of up to 21 major home systems and appliances, your air conditioner, plumbing, refrigerator, and more. For valuable free information, call 1-800-900-9517.
Pretty sure that's a Bigfoot.
For valuable free information about an American Home Shield home warranty, call 1-800-900-9517. That's 1-800-900-9517. 1-800-900-9517.
If you're tired of the free product pushing marketing seminars only to be passed off to an inexperienced advisor once they have your money, call Empowered Wealth Financial Services. You deserve a personalized and confidential relationship with a team of financial experts that can coordinate all of the areas of a comprehensive financial plan: investment planning, tax planning, insurance planning, and estate planning.
Hi, I'm Rick Poston, two-time best-selling author and nationally recognized financial expert featured on Fox Business Channel, CNN, and CNBC. I've been published in Forbes magazine. I direct a team of experts, including a chartered financial consultant, a chartered life underwriter, a chartered advisor for senior living, 2 CPAs, and a board-certified estate planning attorney. If you're tired of the pushy seminars, experience the financial experts you and your money deserve at Empowered Wealth. Call 469-361-4020 to discuss your financial goals or go to empoweredwealthfinancialservices.com.
Dallas Baptist University Women's Night Out featuring Shonda Pierce, Thursday, October 15th, 2015, with Lindsay McCall and Karen Williams.
You ever tried to put on a pair of Spanx in an airplane bathroom? My body twisted in ways I didn't know could.
Focus on the funny. Get your women's group together for a fun night out. Women's Night Out at Northwood Church in Keller, Texas.
So, there I was. I didn't want to get into the peer pressure, but they already had their bags of mascara out and their lipstick, and I'm like, what I got? Blistex.
Tickets on sale at iTickets.com. Call 1-800-965-9324. For group tickets, go to getgrouptickets.com or call 844-381-4751. Buy 10 or more reserved seats at one time and save $5 per ticket. Buy 30 or more reserved seats at one time and save $5 per ticket and get 2 free tickets. From Salem Media Group, Inc. and Awakening Events.
Dallas Fort Worth's home for stimulating talk. 660 AM, The Answer. Now, the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. And so, somebody has to ask you at some point, what do you think of all of this? So I'm asking. I don't care what your politics are. I don't think that Hillary Clinton can move forward with this unbelievable lack of trust here. This is terrible. Let me get to Hector in Saginaw. Hector, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Wells Report.
Thank you, Jon-David. Hey, listen, I think it's just plain logical, and I look at it this way. If I ask my son, who I love dearly, and say, son, do you have anything on your cell phone that I should have? And he says, no, Dad, I don't. I said, well, bring it to me. Let me see. And he brings me a phone, and it's empty, wiped clean of information, everything else. I don't care what was on it. He's guilty of something. I don't have to know what it was that was on it to know that he's guilty. And I think it's the same thing with this situation.
Yeah.
Guilty of something. What it is, I don't know, but the trust is blown at that point.
Well, certainly, if, and I said this, I think it was last week. If she actually sent a sanitized server to the FBI, that is a mean-spirited, pernicious, in my view, just an evil act. That's just something that is not done.
Right, and the action itself speaks of the guilt. It doesn't really matter what she's guilty of or what was on that server. There was reason for wiping it clean if that was the case.
Exactly, and that speaks for itself. I mean, I was going to say that this is, this is a RICO. This is almost a RICO circumstance where you don't necessarily have to prove a specific crime has been committed. The RICO statute allows you to identify a corrupt organization and prosecute the corrupt organization for corruption. Well, that's where we are, in my view. I mean, just because you can destroy the evidence doesn't mean you're not guilty. And of course, this entire group of people backed themselves into a corner with Petraeus. Petraeus was somebody that had information on the Obama administration that they did not want to see on the front page of the New York Times. And they compromised him by using this classified information situation. Well, once you start getting into this, what's the old saw? Oh, what tangled webs we weave. Well, here you go. What I'm talking about is if you want to know what happened in Benghazi, Petraeus would know. I mean, he would know. And now he's in a situation where if he knew something that he didn't testify to, which he testified, then he may be guilty of perjury. What a mess. That's why they call it corruption, and that's why it's illegal. Let me get to Randy in Plano. What do you think, Randy?
Hey, JD, how's it going? I think I'm going to make that gentleman's day, the one that called in earlier.
Yeah.
What was his name? The one that said about being a robot?
Yeah, that was Vince.
Vince, hey, buddy, if you're listening, I'm pretty sure you are. There was a Christian rapper that lived in the Dallas area. He went by the name of Trip Lee, and he has a song that's called Robot, and it starts off with, I am not a robot, I am not a clone, you are not my puppeteer, I am not your drone. I got a new master, and I follow him alone, because I want to live a good life while I'm here until I'm gone.
Yeah.
So just know, whenever you're following the good master, you don't have to worry about what these people are doing here on Earth, because even if somebody has a server, and even if everybody, all other foreign countries, especially China and Russia, have that information, whatever she had on there, and oh yeah, by the way, a couple weeks ago we heard, no, there wasn't any classified information, and then, oh yeah, no, but guess what, we just looked at 40 emails and 4 of them were classified. Oh, well, then we hear, oh, well, guess what, she had a staffer that was taking all those symbols off of them to show if they were classified or not.
Yes, indeed, we did. And the drip, drip, drip of constant messing is not going away. Randy, thanks. This is the Wells Report.
Dennis Gibbs, the boat guy, here with the Big Boat and Outdoor Show. It's boating time, folks, so don't forget to tune in to the only boating talk show on 660 AM The Answer every Saturday evening from 6 to 7 p.m. Brought to you by BoatSelect.com, the site with thousands of boats for sale, or list your boat for free on BoatSelect.com. I know you have questions about your boat or one you're buying. Email those questions to me at BigBoatShow@yahoo.com.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. Got a question. Are you always reaching for your reading glasses? Pick up a book, reach for the glasses. Look at a text, reach for the glasses. Open a menu. You get the idea. How about reaching for something else, like the phone? Climate Evangelista Eye Center is there at 1-800-714-2020, 1-800-714-2020 with the corneal inlay procedure. A great treatment for that dysfunctional lens syndrome you've heard me talk about. If you're constantly reaching for the readers, the corneal inlay procedure was designed with you in mind. So check it out. 1-800-714-2020, 1-800-714-2020. Schedule a free screening for the corneal inlay procedure. Find out if you're a candidate. Evening and weekend appointments are available, so call now. Talk to Climate Evangelista. The team members there for an appointment time that's convenient for you. 1-800-714-2020. Reach for the phone and maybe stop reaching for the readers. 1-800-714-2020, 1-800-714-2020, or myinlay.com.
For 39 years, we've been saying the next best thing to new is Dalworth Clean. But at some point, it's just time for new. So if you're in the market for new carpet, be sure to pick a flooring retailer that offers the My Flooring Warranty. You'll be assured to get the best performance and the longest life from your carpet when it comes with My Flooring Warranty. Dalworth is proud to partner with fine flooring retailers like All American Flooring, Nadine's Floor Company, and Tim Hogan's Carpet Outlet to bring you the My Flooring Warranty program. For a complete list of flooring retailers in the Dallas-Fort Worth area who offer the My Flooring Warranty, visit us at Dalworth.com. But hey, if it's just a few spots, some dirty traffic areas, or perhaps a hint of odor from your beloved pet, then give Dalworth a call or make your appointment for service at Dalworth.com. And remember,
call 267-8433 because the next best thing to do is Dalworth Clean.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
I had numerous credit cards, and I was struggling with paying them off.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-758-5360 to talk to a certified counselor.
I had heard about Trinity, so I made the call. They took care of all of my credit cards, and now I am completely debt-free.
Trinity will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands.
The people at Trinity are very friendly. They will do whatever you need them to do in order for you to feel better about being in a very difficult place.
If your debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-758-5360.
My name is Ann, and I'm debt-free for keeps.
tips.
1-800-758-5360.
By now, you've heard about the amazing talents of Mike Manning, the AC Whisperer from ChillFactorAC.com. Mike's with me now, and is it true that you're available 24/7?
You bet. There's nothing worse than your AC going out late on a hot summer night. All you want is relief, and you want it now. For a limited time this summer, we're able to provide 24-hour service with no overtime charges. We want to think we can offer you an affordable solution to a very serious problem. Hopefully, you'll see good reason to call us instead of our competitors, who are more than happy to come as long as you're willing to pay $125 an hour or more. We do have to pay our techs overtime, but you are our priority. So take advantage of this limited time offer.
For more information about this legend of AC, go to the AC Whisperer's website, ChillFactorAC.com. That's ChillFactorAC.com. Don't be confused with other imitators out there. There's only one ChillFactorAC.com that has the AC Whisperer. Be cool this summer with ChillFactorAC.com.
Got a lot on your to-do list? Now, during Kubota's Power to Do Great Things sales event, get a great deal on an L3301 or 3901 tractor with a live continuous running rear PTO. Now get financing as low as 0% APR for up to 5 years, and great customer instant rebates when you buy a new L3301 or 3901 and 2 implements. Now through September 30th, 2015. Call toll-free 1-888-465-8268 for details about cost and terms. For more information or to find a participating dealer, visit Kubota.com.
Learn a little something at the start of your day. The Mark Davis Show. Mornings 7 to 10 on 660 AM. The Answer. The Wells Report. Must-hear radio on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Telephone number 866-660-5759. Let me get to Rich in Burleson. Rich, what do you think of this Hillary Rodham Clinton email mess? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead and start all over again. Oh, he's not there? I did not hang up on him on purpose. Oops. Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with this. I know that Hillary is sinking, and whatever is going on with that is very slowly eroding any chance she has at the nomination. The Democrat Party, probably completely unaware of all of this, now has a problem that her main campaign, their main candidate, may be damaged to the point that she cannot move forward. Who do they get? Well, you get Martin O'Malley. Because I don't care how many people are going to see Bernie Sanders. We're not going to elect a socialist as president of the United States. Yeah, let me get to Rich in Burleson. Rich in Burleson, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Wells Report. Hi.
Hey, I promise not to push the wrong button again. Technical difficulties beyond my control.
You'll have this.
Yeah, we have it. Actually, I've been listening to you ever since way back at K-Dawn.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Yep, out in the dry, dusty desert.
Well, now wait just a darn minute. Were you living in Las Vegas at the time?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you followed me all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Nope, I'm here in Burleson now.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying.
Right. Like a stalker?
Yeah, like a stalker, basically. Yeah, that's basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we took a long detour through Corpus Christi. But no, the flesh and blood Earthman side of Rich absolutely detests all three of the highly prominent Clintons and pretty much anybody else who displays their level of egotistical arrogance on any subject whatsoever. But the Christ-following side of Rich doesn't want anybody going to hell unnecessarily. That old hag needs to go to jail and maybe get a little humility.
Well, that is not something that she labors as a personal fault. She doesn't labor with that at all. I mean, she's not somebody who cares one bit or another whether there's anybody else on the planet. She is very sure that she is completely self-sufficient in all that she all that she is and needs and wants and so on. And if she wants to be the president, then she will be the president. E pluribus unum, let no one, put us under. I don't know what she's thinking.
Hillary.
Yeah, I don't have any idea what she's doing. All I can say is that this one may be the one that gets her. She may have tried one too many turns at the razzmatazz, and this one may have gotten her.
Well, this would be a darn fine test to see whether any segment of our government at all is still worth supporting at all. Because if they do not come down on her like the proverbial ton of bricks, none of them are worth the wood that their chairs are made out of.
I would have to agree 100%. And thank you very much for your call. Yeah, I mean, you can go just so far. And at some point or another, the American people say, okay, enough's enough. We've had enough. And I'm there. I don't know about you. So yesterday, we discussed Donald Trump's immigration policy. And a lot of people, including a whole bunch of Republicans, have problems saying that somehow this policy isn't going to work. With every policy statement that Donald Trump makes that resonates with the Republicans, the rank and file Republicans across this land, the Republican Party looks more and more and more out of touch with its constituency. And I'm going to make this very, very plain. All I'm going to say is this. I'm going to tell you that the Republican Party is out of step with everybody that votes Republican in this nation, except for a very select few. And they're going to have to stop doing politics that way, or they're going to be relegated to history. And it's their own fault. It was something like 5 or 6 years ago at this point, where I sat down with a congressional delegation. I told them all about the Tea Party. And I told them that they were going to have to elect a conservative. This was after the 2008 election. They're going to have to elect a conservative. Because what does the Republican Party stand for if not smaller government, lower taxes? It doesn't stand for anything. And that pretty much, at least as far as I'm concerned, that pretty much describes the current Republican Party. Donald Trump, totally and completely unbeholden to all of the sacred cows of the Republican Party. Things you talk about, things you can't talk about. He just blunders through everything. He just says, you know what, that's just ridiculous. You know, he doesn't worry about Republican gotcha games. He doesn't worry about the mainstream media's mess. He just rubs their nose in it and moves on. He's got 24% of the people supporting him. He's the runaway front runner. And the Republican Party having trouble with his deportation policy. Republican critics of U.S. immigration policy have long claimed they welcome legal immigrants. That claim is going to be tested now that Donald Trump has unveiled a policy outline that would deport millions and sharply restrict all immigration. This is the Wall Street Journal. Listen, as long as the immigration system is in this big a mess, you just have to stop all of it. And then you have to restructure it, retool it, and then let people who have been trying to become Americans become Americans. And now, the Wall Street Journal, owned by News Corporation, same people that own Fox, now what they're doing is they're criticizing this ridiculous thing as saying, or this policy is saying it's ridiculous because you can't stop legal immigration while you take care of illegal immigration. Of course you can. This is one of those sacred cows of the Republican Party. This is how they justify their inert status with regards to We, the voters of the Republican Party, keep telling them what they need to be doing, and they keep telling us that we're wrong, thinking that for whatever reason, we're going to vote for them anyway because to do otherwise means the boogeyman will be the president. Oh! Well, we're not playing that game anymore. Sorry. You're going to actually have to come up with better ideas. Donald Trump is coming up with better ideas. If you don't like them, come up with better ideas. You don't have blind followers of the faith in the Republican Party. You actually have to have something that's worth listening to. And like it or don't, Donald Trump has something that is worth listening to. The Wall Street Journal started talking about how this was all ridiculous. The 6 pages of the Trump outline says that you're going to deport all the people that are here illegally. Well, you can't do that. You can't do that. And then the Wall Street Journal says, at least in 2012, Mitt Romney was only in favor of self-deportation. Who cares what Mitt Romney was in favor of in 2012? He lost. I mean, if this is right-wing biased journalism, and it is, you better start getting with it. Because we, the people of the United States, are trying to figure out how come it is that we have 94 million Americans out of work, and there are as many as 30 million jobs being taken by illegal immigrants. Enforcement officers police the U.S.-Mexican border, track down undocumented employees, visa overstays, raid workplaces. Asked on NBC's Meet the Press if his plan applies to all illegals, including kids, Mr. Trump said they have to go. Are his police going to search from door to door to arrest 11 million people? How else will they be rounded up? What we're going to do is we're going to make sure that everybody that's here is here legally. Every time I change my job, I have to fill out an I-9 form. That I-9 form says I've got to have a birth certificate or a passport. I've got to prove who I am. I've got to prove my citizenship. Why can't we ask these people to do the same thing? Done. If you are not here legally, you will be deported. How are they going to be rounded up? We can't do it. We can't do it. Yes, we can do it. Mr. Trump says he would keep families together, which would at least spare the scenes of tearful mothers being hauled away from their crying children. But Republicans may want to think twice before becoming the party responsible for piling onto buses entire families who are stitched into the fabric of communities. That is not a good political look. It depends on who's looking. I don't care where the next group of Americans comes from, as long as they come here legally. If the Democrat Party wants to demograph the American society, then what they're going to need to do is they're going to have to figure out a way to do it legally instead of illegally. Illegally is faster. Okay, illegally is faster. But we, the people of the United States, are not going to put up with it. Period. We're not. And if Donald Trump is the guy that's going to make this happen, fine and dandy. In point of fact, he does not have to deport anybody. All he has to do is go to workplaces and make sure that the workplaces can prove that everybody working for them are legal Americans or legally here. And if they can't do it, then they're going to get in trouble. They're going to get fined. $10,000 per employee ought to do it. That's what needs to happen. It is politically, shall we say, risky. It's politically indiscreet. But it depends on who you're trying to impress. I'm still trying to ask Republican leaders, why it is that we are willing to set aside the laws of our own nation to please a group of theoretically legal voters who will be offended if we don't break the law to coddle to their whims. That's what I keep trying to figure out. What is worth breaking American law for? Why in heaven's name would we break American law to mollycoddle a voter bloc that wants us to break the law? Sorry, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to be the party that stands up for American law. That's what we're going to do. And if that's not the Republican Party, then I need to find a new party. And I will. I even know what its name is. The Conservative Party of Texas. Wayne in Dallas. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Wells Report. Hello.
Sure. Thanks, JD. Just a couple quick comments. Number one, I think too many people overcomplicate this issue. All they have to do is stop the benefits, stop giving the housing, stop the food, stop everything else. You'll self-deport.
Exactly. If there's no reason to come to the United States because you can't get a job unless you're an American citizen, which, by the way, is the way it's supposed to be, hello, then why would you come to the United States to starve to death when you can starve to death in your own nation? Better yet, how about this? How about you stay in your own nation and affect change there so you don't live in a garbage dump? Just saying. This is the Wells Report.
The Good Contractors List is a free service designed to protect you. We meet all of our home service contractors face to face and feel so confident in our final choices that we back their work with a $10,000 guarantee. We go the extra mile in our interview process to make sure that the contractor is not only honest in quality, but able to offer the most affordable and fair rates. For instance, how do you pick who you call for air conditioning? Did you know that the air conditioning industry is commonly known for misdiagnosis and unneeded upselling? The higher their overhead, the more money they need to stay in business. So they flash tempting offers to get their foot in the door, and the sales game is on. The air conditioning companies we choose are simply stable and proven companies that offer the highest quality at fair and honest rates. And to protect you, they've all agreed to do an absolutely free second opinion if you're being told that you have to replace your air conditioning unit. If you need AC or any other type of home service, visit thegoodcontractorslist.com first.
Contractors List. Hey everybody, Mark Davis from my friends at Good Feet, America's #1 arch support. And that invites the question, who needs arch support? Answer is more people than you think. Do your feet hurt at the end of a day? That's not just the way life is supposed to be. You should have arch support where your feet feel great even at the end of a long day of walking. If your feet hurt at the beginning of the day, man, you got all kinds of issues and they can be helped. You can get out of pain with arch support. It could be structural misalignment, plantar fasciitis, kind of a foot alignment, supination, overpronation, all these technical things that they know about at Good Feet. And what you'll know is you can walk in pain. You can limp in and walk out pain-free. This happens with so many people. I want to send everybody to goodfeetdfw.com, goodfeetdfw.com, Plano, Fort Worth, South Lake. Absolutely fantastic people. No shots, no medicine, no surgery, just relief from pain. So get out of pain today, 888-660-0942. 888-660-0942 or goodfeetdfw.com. That's goodfeetdfw.com.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Today, let's talk about the $29 service call gimmick. Here in North Texas, an experienced service tech costs at least $35 an hour to employ. So how does a $29 service call work? Well, it doesn't unless they find a bunch of stuff wrong with your system. It's just bait to get you to call. We can't come out for $29, and really, neither can they. In this business, you get what you pay for. Reliant Air Conditioning service call is $79, and our guys are all drug tested, background checked, and they don't work on commission. So if you need service on your AC system, call the company that's been gimmick-free since '83. Or if your system needs to be replaced, you can save up to $3,500 per system with Carrier's Cool Cash promotion. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437 or ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Warning, if you're drowning in debt you can't afford, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to pay it all back, because you don't. What the credit card companies don't want you to know is that there's actually a way to get debt-free without paying off your entire debt or going bankrupt. If you have $5,000 or more in credit card debt, you now have the right to settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. For free information, call Debt Relief Advocates now. 1-800-500-8980. We'll even show you how much money you could save. If you can't afford to pay off all your debt, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to. Call Debt Relief Advocates now for free information on how to get debt-free faster than you ever thought possible, without debt consolidation or bankruptcy. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk. For free information, call now. 1-800-500-8980. That's 1-800-500-8980. 1-800-500-8980.
If you're tired of the free product pushing marketing seminars only to be passed off to an inexperienced advisor once they have your money, call Empowered Wealth Financial Services. You deserve a personalized and confidential relationship with a team of financial experts that can coordinate all of the areas of a comprehensive financial plan: investment planning, tax planning, insurance planning, and estate planning.
Hi, I'm Rick Poston, two-time best-selling author and nationally recognized financial expert featured on Fox Business Channel, CNN, and CNBC. I've been published in Forbes magazine. I direct a team of experts, including a chartered financial consultant, a chartered life underwriter, a chartered advisor for senior living, 2 CPAs, and a board-certified estate planning attorney. If you're tired of the pushy seminars, experience the financial experts you and your money deserve at Empowered Wealth. Call 469-361-4020 to discuss your financial goals, or go to empoweredwealthfinancialservices.com.
Listen to us live on iHeartRadio, 660 AM. The Answer. The Wells Report is on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. The deportation party, the deportation. I don't even know what that is. What's a deportation? Would you like a deportation? A deportation party. That's what Wall Street Journal is asking us. Jeez. Ann in Waxahachie, welcome to the Wells Report. Hello.
Good evening, Jon-David.
Hi.
The gentleman who called before stole my thunder a little bit, and I agree. If you turn off that spigot of free medical care, free education, free lunches, free everything, they will self-deport. And we can set up a one-way system to just help you, put them on the rail and hit them in the right direction. I don't think it's that difficult.
All right. Well, we're going to continue this because there was somebody that came unglued in a way that resembled art, Ann, at a Huntington Beach.
Huntington Park.
Yeah, it's Huntington Park, which is close to Huntington Beach. At Huntington Beach. And we're going to play some of her commentary regarding this very topic. Okay? It's a little bit different. But we're going to continue talking about this because there are a few people that have weighed in against Donald Trump's deportation plan, if you want to call it that, his immigration plan. So, and there are great parts of it, like ending birthright citizenship. Marco Rubio is against that. Really? Why? You're listening to the Wells Report.
Men, if you could turn back the clock, say 20 years, would you? See, after the age of 30, our bodies produce about 10% less testosterone, and every year following, it will produce 1 to 3% less. But now, thanks to medical advances in treating low T or low testosterone levels that our body produces, you can and will feel 20 years younger. The doctors at National Vitality Centers have helped thousands of men feel younger, have more energy, and perform better at work, at the health club, and yes, even in the bedroom. National Vitality is a men's health clinic that is comprised of professionals that have years of experience and expertise treating personal issues that men will face. Call National Vitality Center for a confidential visit and a $99 consultation that will include a comprehensive hormone panel and examination through the month of August. Call 972-521-8221. That's 972-521-8221. Or you can find us at nationalvitality.com.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. I love birthdays, and our friends at Abacus Foundation Repair are celebrating 15 years of serving North Texas with the highest quality foundation repair, and they want to give something to you. On their 15th anniversary, $1,000 off any job with 10 pilings or more. Not only are you going to save $1,000, you'll have the peace of mind knowing that with Abacus Foundation, you're getting the elite state-of-the-art solution for your home. Millennium Composite Pilings. Nobody else has them. Abacus has an A-plus business rating from the Better Business Bureau, 6 straight years running on that. The expansion and contraction of Texas soils mean a lot of us have foundation issues. You don't want to call the wrong people. Call the right people first for the absolute best foundation repair. Affordable, reliable home warranty that you can pass on to subsequent owners of your home. Give them a call today, 972-406-9000, 972-406-9000, abacusfoundationrepair.com. Ask about $1,000 off. abacusfoundationrepair.com.
The holiday concert of the year is returning to Dallas December 6th at American Airlines Center. Michael W. Smith and Amy Grant with the Dallas Pops together again on stage performing holiday classics. Dallas's newest holiday tradition will fill American Airlines Center with the holiday spirit. Sunday, December 6th, Michael W. Smith and Amy Grant with the Dallas Pops at American Airlines Center. Tickets on sale now online at Ticketmaster.com by calling 800-745-3000 or at the American Airlines Center box office.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. Service of Salem Media Group. On the NASDAQ as SALM, KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. Hillary Clinton spending a lot of time on the campaign trail defending her use of a private email server.
I had not sent classified material nor received anything marked classified.
Clinton was at a campaign event in Las Vegas. That server now in the hands of the FBI. Meanwhile, the governor of New Jersey says he's the one to beat for the GOP nomination.
I'm the governor in this race who has increased government spending lower than the rate of inflation.
Chris Christie on Fox News. An Arizona sheriff demands that undocumented criminals no longer be released into the U.S.
Pinal County Sheriff Paul Babu, speaking for sheriffs across Arizona, was joined by family members of victims killed by criminal illegals in demanding that President Obama and Congress do something.
This is outrageous, and we're demanding action. We're demanding that this stop.
Fox Radio's Jeff Manasso reporting. Fox News, we report, you decide.
You're listening to 660 AM, The Answer.
Hi, this is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor. I'd like for you to join me on my talk show this weekend. What I do is teach people how to go the natural, organic route. I stir up trouble, too, because I throw out some things that a lot of people just don't think are correct. You know what? We have a lot of experience to back up what we recommend. Have healthier gardens and more fun gardening. Join me this and every weekend.
Join Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
Hey, does the idea of having your home sold on time without hassle and for top dollar, does that seem unrealistic to you? Hey, Dallas, it's your friend Sean Hannity, one real estate agent to sell your home guaranteed. That's Josh DeShong of Josh DeShong Real Estate at Keller Williams. Josh averages hundreds of local, national, and international buyers every single week. Now, that means your home sells on time at a price that you agreed to, guaranteed, or Josh will buy it. Josh's clients voted, and both D Magazine and Texas Monthly ranked him as the best real estate agent in Dallas. Real estate mogul and Shark Tank star Barbara Corcoran only recommends Josh in DFW. And if I lived in Dallas and needed my home sold, guess what? I'd call Josh DeShong, and you should too. Call Josh now at 972-325-6644 or go online at getsold.net. That's 972-325-6644 or getsold.net and start packing.
Dallas Baptist University Women's Night Out featuring Shonda Pierce, Thursday, October 15th, 2015, with Lindsay McCall and Karen Williams.
You ever tried to put on a pair of Spanx in an airplane bathroom? My body twisted in ways I didn't know could.
Focus on the funny. Get your women's group together for a fun night out. Women's Night Out at Northwood Church in Keller, Texas.
So, there I was. I didn't want to give in to the peer pressure, but they already had their bags of mascara out and their lipstick, and I'm like, what I got? Blistex.
Tickets on sale at itickets.com. Call 1-800-965-9324. For group tickets, go to getgrouptickets.com or call 844-381-4751. Buy 10 or more reserved seats at one time and save $5 per ticket. Buy 30 or more reserved seats at one time and save $5 per ticket and get 2 free tickets. From Salem Media Group, Inc. and Awakening Events.
I'm Steve Sidkowski, a former Wall Street insider. I'm holding a book that will show you investing strategies which could help you earn the kind of money you've always dreamed about. And right now, I'm giving this book away for free. So who needs to read it? If you're in the middle of your career and worry you'll never have enough money to retire, you need to read this book. If you're already retired and your income isn't enough, you need to read this book. And if you don't want to be selling burgers at 80, you need to read this free book. It includes the strategy I use to make a 72% profit on a trade where the stock only moved 12%. You'll need at least $1 million to ever fully retire. If you're behind on that goal, you really need to read Trade Like the Pros. And you can for free by calling 1-800-708-4557. Skeptical that it will deliver results? It's a free book, so what do you have to lose? Find out how at 1-800-708-4557. 1-800-708-4557.
Honey, I'm really worried about our retirement funds.
Oh, me too. We lost so much value in the recession in the stock market. I'm worried we won't have enough to retire.
Jim next door told me that he had set up a new kind of IRA with the Gold Silver Group. He said how simple and safe it was. It's a private storage IRA, and we could have real gold and silver in our hands.
Really? You mean we can actually see it and touch it?
Absolutely. Jim said we could have all the benefits of an IRA to help build our retirement income. Bottom line, we would own a real tangible asset, and we would have the security of knowing we're protected no matter what the economy does. What do you think?
I think we need to find out how to get our own private storage IRA. We need to call the Gold Silver Group right now.
Are you ready to protect your future? Call 800-296-7609 now to find out how easy and safe it is to set up a private storage IRA with Gold Silver Group, and find out how you can qualify for up to $700 in free silver. All transactions are privately delivered and fully insured. Please call us now. 800-296-7609. 800-296-7609.
We're here with the AC Whisperer, Mike Manning from ChillFactorAC.com. So, AC Whisperer, I hear you've developed something called the Chill Pill for people's AC units.
That's right. We call it the Chill Pill because it's the remedy for all your AC dysfunctions. In my 30 years of service experience, I've witnessed a lot of misdiagnosis, and that is simply because air conditioning systems are very sophisticated and easily misdiagnosed. The Chill Pill is comprised of 9 different diagnostic parameters that offer us a more comprehensive analysis of symptoms. It pinpoints the root cause of the problem instead of focusing on the symptoms only. So basically, the Chill Pill is a very reliable diagnostic tool that makes us accurate in our analysis of your system.
For more information about the Chill Pill and how the AC Whisperer can help you, go to ChillFactorAC.com. That's ChillFactorAC.com. Don't be confused with the other imitators out there. There's only one ChillFactorAC.com that has the AC Whisperer. Take a chill pill this summer at ChillFactorAC.com.
This is 660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. And so, as was predicted by Ann Coulter on this broadcast yesterday evening, the Republican Party now criticizing Donald Trump for an immigration plan that actually works. And I got to be perfectly honest with you. Donald Trump may end up winning this election based on the fact that he is not doing the party's business. He's doing our business. That's what he's talking about so far. Now, we're a long way from casting votes for Donald Trump, but he's out front for a reason. Wouldn't you say? He's out front for a reason. He put a plan out there that said, you know what? It's just not right to grant birthright citizenship. That's one of the things that Marco Rubio criticized Donald Trump for. And I'm really interested in this. Rubio said he disagrees with the call his party's frontrunner Donald Trump made for ending the practice of automatically granting citizenship to children born in this country, even if their parents are not here legally. The Florida senator said, I don't agree with that. Why? I'm open to doing things that prevent people who deliberately come to the U.S. for purposes of taking advantage of the 14th Amendment. But I'm not in favor of repealing it. Nobody is saying anything about repealing the 14th Amendment. We're simply going to legislate the end of birthright citizenship. The senator's answer on this topic was more direct than those offered at the fair by Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker. Rubio said, this is the nation that literally changed the history of my family. That's right. Now, Rubio declined to directly criticize Trump or comment on whether he's hurting the party. He is not hurting the party or hurting Republicans among Hispanic voters. Obviously, there are some ideas that have merit, but the majority of it really is not a workable plan that could ever pass Congress. Well, then we just keep electing the wrong people. Maybe that's the problem with Congress. It may take us a while to change the Senate, but, you know, we can change the House of Representatives pretty fast. How many of you guys want to keep your jobs? 4 years. You know what? It isn't even 4 years. We can change everybody in 2 years. So Rubio has a problem with this. Now, remember, this is what Donald Trump said a couple of days ago, right? When he was talking about rescinding DACA and the DREAM Act.
We have to make a whole new set of standards. And when people come in, they have to come in.
You're going to split up families.
Chuck,
you're going to deport children.
Chuck, no. We're going to keep the families together. We have to keep the families together.
But you're going to keep them together out.
But they have to go.
What if they have no place to go?
We will work with them. They have to go. Chuck, we either have a country or we don't have a country. Either we have a country or not.
How do you do it?
The cost of doing it. Look at the cost of what we have right now.
The cost of doing it.
Let me ask you this. Do you think
I understand it, but how do you do it?
Do you think there's tremendous cost for the illegals that are in here right now?
Of course there's cost to it.
Okay, tremendous. Do you think there's tremendous crime being committed by illegals?
No, there's definitely evidence that it's happened.
It's tremendous, far greater than what they do. And you see it all over just last night. All over. We will do it, and we will expedite it so people can come back in.
Yeah. That is not cutting off legal immigration, which is what the Wall Street Journal said. Now, either these people don't speak English and can't hear what Donald Trump is saying, which, by the way, they've proven several times before, or they are trying to sabotage Don Trump. I don't think they should do that. I think that what they're doing is they're alienating their real voters as opposed to the phantom ones that they hope to coddle by breaking American law. Marco Rubio. Have you ever heard of Chanel Temple? Chanel Temple is an African-American woman. She's originally from Huntington Park in California, just outside of Los Angeles. She went to the Huntington Park City Council meeting the other day. And by the way, in case you're wondering why that sounds familiar, it's because, you see, we reported that Huntington Park had gone ahead and a city councilman had appointed 2 illegal immigrants to jobs with Huntington Park, which really annoyed Ms. Chanel Temple. And what she ended up doing was something that really needed to happen, and that is this. And listen very, very very closely. The civil rights laws passed in this nation are not for the benefit of any minority that just happens to be around. The civil rights laws that were passed in the United States were to the benefit of African Americans. People brought here against their will, and Chanel Temple reminded everybody at Huntington Park in their city council that there was a difference between the African American experience and the experience currently being lived by illegal immigrants. Listen to this.
Documented illegal immigrants who have been assigned to the position of commissioner. The Huntington Park City Council is being paid with taxpayers' money to do a job within rules and regulations. According to your board behind you, it says, where there is no vision, the people perish. I want to paraphrase that and say, where there is no law, the people perish. In the U.S., we have one rule of law. I also want to talk about the 14th Amendment, which was added to the Constitution in regards to blacks being given birthright citizenship because blacks helped build this country, including the White House twice. Please do not tarnish the name of black slaves by comparing them to your party. There's no comparison, none. Black slaves did not break into this country, okay? They were brought here against their will. Also, black slaves are not immigrants. Immigrants are people with a choice. They come here by choice. Black slaves didn't have a choice. That's offensive to me because I'm a descendant of a black slave. And trust me, Ancestry.com's work, and I can trace my people back from when they landed here on the boat. I know the village where my people came from in Africa, okay? So please, do not try to get away with using that. That's very offensive. This country has been good to illegal immigrants. You have been getting jobs, houses, tax money, free tax money, welfare, Social Security. They open a business for you guys, etc. I don't know of any illegal aliens who have been hung from a tree. I don't know any of them illegal aliens who have dogs been sick on. So that's very offensive for you to sit up here and allow these people to say that and get away with it, thinking people won't feel sorry for them. That's very offensive, okay? Do the right thing. My people get 3 strikes. I have a nephew in jail now, 22 years for something he didn't do. My people commit a crime, they go to jail. Your people commit a crime, they get amnesty.
I want to repeat that, okay? All right? My people get 3 strikes. I have a nephew in jail now for 22 years for something he didn't do. My people commit a crime. Remember, this is Chanel Temple, an African-American woman. My people commit a crime, they go to jail. You people commit a crime, talking about illegal immigrants, they get amnesty. It is wrong. Then she continued.
We're not going to have it. We're not going to have a set of laws for you people and a set of laws for us. And if you can't follow the law, talking about parish, your job needs to perish. You get paid with taxpayers' money, and you misappropriate taxpayers' money when you pick up your check.
Yeah. All right. So that is Chanel Temple. In an interview this morning, she explained a little further. She said that she grew up in the Huntington Park area. She was raised there. I live in Hawthorne now, the area over there that has been a Latino area for decades, for a long time. They witnessed racial tension in that area. My mother was a property owner over there. What I said last night was not my intention. What kind of disturbed me is when someone got up and talked about slavery. There is no comparison. Illegal immigrants need to stop pretending they're being mistreated. They have pushed and disturbed the community. They have 95% of the jobs and still act like they're mistreated. Yes, I'm black, but I'm an American. They are getting away with murder. She said that she was in Sacramento recently and protested about Kate Steinle. Then they get a get out of jail free card. And my nephew's in jail. They release them. 30,000, if not more, every year. They put them right back on the street, and that's not right. The black community, we're tired of them citing civil rights because of people like Al Sharpton. They're being treated better than American citizens with our tax money. I'm just tired. I lost my job. I was told I did not speak Spanish, and I was terminated from my job. Even now, it's difficult to get one. They told me I was fired for not being able to speak Spanish. Why should she have to speak Spanish? Why? Someone answer that question. She then said that she applied to McDonald's. They told me they don't hire blacks. And that was from a black owner. I filed with the EEOC. I have my documentation. I was denied a job. They didn't do anything. They're putting illegal immigrants before blacks. I applied for 3 jobs with the county of LA. They didn't give me a job. When I filed a complaint, they called me a racist. I ended up homeless. We have a rule of law. Why can't they obey the law? Little do they know they are making us Americans closer. We're standing as Americans, as all races and colors. They want to throw out the race card. We're tired of being abused. It's going to stop. Our politicians are giving them the power in the fight against us. The people using our tax money, writing these laws, and using them against us. Yes, Black Lives Matter, but if we had jobs, we wouldn't be put in these situations to be attacked. A lot of parental rights have been restricted. They're being taken away. There are a lot in the black neighborhoods that need to be worked on. We need to get our house in order first, and we need to get our jobs back to get back on track. We have no recourse. We're not being represented. Now we're in the shadows. We are being buried in the shadows, says Chantel Temple. American civil rights law, was for black Americans, not illegal immigrants. This is the Wells Report.
Sean Hannity believes Hillary is in hot water.
Her campaign is now in peril. Her life outside of jail could be in jeopardy when all is said and done here. This is not a minor political controversy that's just going to go away in a few days. This is a bombshell. And I'll tell you right now, too, that I promise you this is only the tip of a very large iceberg.
The Sean Hannity Show, afternoons at 2, right before Michael Medved at 5 on 660 AM. The Answer.
Here comes September. A lot of things happen in September. One of the most important to me is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. Hi, Mark Davis from my friends at USMD Prostate Cancer Center. They're doing something special. Of course, they're going to promote awareness, have you go to 1-888-PROSTATE or 888prostate.com to learn about testing and treatments. But get a load of this. First annual charity golf tournament benefiting the Prostate Cancer Foundation and Cuisine for Healing. You can register right now. It's September 24th at TPC Four Seasons in Las Colinas. Wow, beautiful course. Excellent lineup of prizes, and of course, it all goes to a great cause. So join with the team at USMD Prostate Cancer Center this September and get teed off, if you will, about prostate cancer. If you know a friend or a loved one who's been recently diagnosed or anybody who needs more info, 1-888-PROSTATE or 888prostate.com. But it is first annual charity golf tournament time at the TPC Four Seasons in Las Colinas. Learn more at 1-888-PROSTATE or 888prostate.com.
Hi, I'm John Hill, founder of the Good Contractors List, and this is the Good Contractors List Word of the Month. I love a good, encouraging, positive message, but some days there just isn't enough times you can look in the mirror and say to yourself, this is going to be a great day. Some days are just not fun. On those days, you can focus on the problem and start telling yourself that things are never going to get better. Or you can say to yourself, I'm going to wait this storm out. The Bible talks about the armor of God in Ephesians 6. It says, therefore, put on the full armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground. And after you've done everything, to stand. Some days, all we can do is just stand there and face the evil day, knowing that the armor of God is enough. Submit yourself to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. I'm John Hill, founder of the Good Contractors List.
The word of the month has been brought to you by thegoodcontractorslist.com. This is Dan Tullis, and I just called Joel Clark, one of Select Quote Insurance Services' term life agents. Hi, Mr. Tullis. Joel, how does Select Quote save you money on term life insurance? Well, buying term life insurance is all about choosing the right company. Let's say you take antidepressants or you smoke. All insurance companies are going to price that differently. We'll impartially shop all the companies we represent to find you the best price. Can you give me an example? Sure. I just got a man, 40 years old, on cholesterol medication, a $500,000 policy with a highly rated insurance company. His price, under $25 a month.
Call 1-800-919-8949 and see how affordable term life insurance can be. That's 1-800-919-8949. 1-800-919-8949. Or go to selectquote.com. We shop, you save. Get full details on the example policy at selectquote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with the Reliant Air Conditioning Consumer Update. Today's topic is the sales technician. Most companies use their service techs to sell new equipment on service calls. And the more equipment they sell, the more commission they make. But would you buy a new car from your mechanic? The fact is, the guy you're trusting to repair your system actually makes more money if he can sell you a new one. At Reliant Air Conditioning, you get a certified service technician, not a salesman. Our techs don't work on commission and they don't sell equipment. If you need a new system, we're the only company in town that tells you to get 2 other bids and then call us. Now you can save over $3,500 per system with Carrier's Cool Cash. So call 2 other companies, get their price, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning. And you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437 or ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Got a lot on your to-do list? Now, during Kubota's Power to Do Great Things sales event, get a great deal on an L3301 or 3901 tractor with a live continuous running rear PTO. Now get financing as low as 0% APR for up to 5 years. And great customer instant rebates when you buy a new L3301 or 3901 and 2 implements. Now through September 30th, 2015. Call toll-free 1-888-465-8268 for details about cost and terms. For more information or to find a participating dealer, visit Kubota.com.
660 AM, The Answer. If it's important to you, we're talking about it right now on the Wells Report on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Democrat politics has been warping the American experience, their agenda for decades. Now, make no mistake, the Republican Party has done it too. But the parties have gotten to the point now where they either take their voters for granted or, frankly, just don't care what they think at all. Are you tired of that? I've had enough. I've had enough. The people that we elect need to do the people's business. Not their own, not their parties. Our business. I'll be honest with you, Marco Rubio badly damaged himself today. I don't care what can pass in the Senate or in the House of Representatives. All of the major legislation they have passed, I disagreed with. And along with like 70% of the people that I know that took part in all of those polls that people kept asking about. 62% of Americans hate Obamacare, and yet it's still the law of the land. Republican legislators keep coming up with excuses for not getting things done. Okay, I'm ready to believe that you can't get it done. So we'll get somebody else. How about that? That is what we need to do. And that is what we will do. And if Marco Rubio wants to impale himself, you know, for a guy who says that he is a politician of the future, he sure falls back on the policies of the past whenever he needs a little bit of political cover, doesn't he? We, the people of the United States, need to have somebody stand up there who believes like Marco Rubio does. He needs to be able to stand up there and make the case for American citizenship meaning nothing. American citizenship does mean something. It does mean something. It means that I have an advantage here. I have an advantage over somebody who is here illegally. If you are here illegally, go home. If you believe that there are too many of you for us to send home, sadly, you are again wrong. We'll find a way to get you out of the country. We will. Again, if that's what you need, if that's what you need us to do, okay, we can do it. We can do it. Anybody disagree? Anybody think that can't happen? All we have to do is stop electing politicians and start electing Americans. Now, I'm not jumping on the Trump bandwagon. I've been saying that we need to start electing Americans as opposed to politicians for 5 years. I've been saying that it's our turn for 5 years at least, maybe longer. I've been talking about the Conservative Party as the Tea Party becomes the Conservative Party, and start electing honest-to-goodness conservatives who wear the name, because the Republicans just aren't up to it. All they've got is excuses. I'm tired of them. How about yours? How about you? Feel the same way? 866-660-5759. This is the Wells Report.
Men, if you're like me, you appreciate the feeling of a clean, smooth shave from a quality blade. The sort of shave that cuts clean without the burn. So why are you messing around with generic razors that cost $32 for an 8-pack when you can shave with Harry's high-quality German-engineered blades for half the price? And if saving money and a clean shave isn't incentive enough, Harry's will give you their starter set, complete with a razor, 3 of their world-famous blades, and shaving cream for just $15. And shipping is always free. We'll also give you $5 off your first order. Our way of saying thank you for trying us. How are we able to save you all this money and still give you the best shave you'll ever enjoy? By owning the factory that manufactures them. That's how. So go to harrys.com right now and enter code 9911 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 9911.
We've been hearing a lot about Uber lately, so we decided to get out there and talk to some actual Uber partners to get our questions answered.
Is signing up to drive with Uber really hard?
Nope, signing up with Uber is super easy.
It was simple and easy. Okay, but can I drive my own car?
Yes. You get to drive your own car.
But my roommate doesn't even have a car. Can she drive with Uber?
They can help her get a car too.
I wouldn't be able to get a vehicle if it wasn't for Uber. It took me less than 6 hours to get a car.
So you could just sign up and earn money.
Sign up, drive, and you make some money.
You're saying I can just use the smartphone app to make money whenever I want?
Yeah, you just open the app whenever you feel like driving.
All I have to do is turn on my phone, hit the road, and I start making money.
Are the hours good?
I work less hours and I make more money.
I'm my own boss now, so I set my own hours.
Okay, this all sounds pretty great. What do you think I should do?
You need to sign up for Uber.
You can make serious life-changing money when you drive with Uber. Get started today at drivewithuber.com. That's drivewithuber.com. drivewithuber.com.
It's the triple-digit dog days of summer, and doggone it, your home AC system just can't keep up. Texas summers are tough on AC systems, and when they don't even stop running in an effort to cool your house, who are you going to call? Heatbusters! Call 817-422-6868 or visit theheatbusters.com to get a free energy analysis on your home or business. The Heatbusters are experts in radiant barrier, insulation, high-capacity solar attic fans, and more. In Texas, you need more than just an air conditioner. You need an all over plan. That's where the Heat Busters come in with amazing, affordable solutions to cool your home. They'll seal up those leaks, install solar control window film, and more. When you need more to cool your home, you should call Heat Busters. Call 817-422-6868 today, or visit theheatbusters.com to get cool and start keeping more of your money. They bust the heat, they bust the cold, they bust discomfort and outrageous utility bills. Call 817-422-6868. That's 817-422-6868, or online at theheatbusters.com.
Sample comes with a 90-day order. Copays and deductibles may apply.
If you or someone you care for are using painful urinary catheters, Medical Direct Club can help. There's a new catheter that hurts less, and you can get a free sample with free shipping by calling now. Pain and urinary tract infections can be avoided if you're using urinary catheters. The new disposable catheters from Medical Direct Club hurt less due to an incredible new design that reduces pain by gliding easily and effortlessly. Old catheters can scrape and cut, causing pain and infection. These new catheters from Medical Direct Club are changing the lives of people who use urinary catheters. Medicare and your insurance will pay for up to 200 of these new catheters per month at little or no cost to you. Medical Direct Club handles all of the paperwork with your doctor and includes lifetime free shipping when you join. Membership and a free sample are free, so call Medical Direct Club now. 1-800-600-6144. That's 1-800-600-6144. End painful cathing today. Call 1-800-600-6144.
The holiday concert of the year is returning to Dallas December 6th at American Airlines Center. Michael W. Smith and Amy Grant with the Dallas Pops together again on stage performing holiday classics. Dallas's newest holiday tradition will fill American Airlines Center with the holiday spirit. Sunday, December 6th, Michael W. Smith and Amy Grant with the Dallas Pops at American Airlines Center. Tickets on sale now online at Ticketmaster.com by calling 800-745-3000 or at the American Airlines Center box office.
You want to feel connected, informed, included, inspired. So when important things happen, we're here. Your local radio and TV broadcasters. America's #1 source for news, weather, and information on your radio, TV, computer, tablet, and smartphone. We are broadcasters, always here for you, wherever here may be. Tell Washington local stations matter by texting radio to 52886. Furnished by NAB and the station. Message and data rates may apply.
660 AM, The Answer. Now, by popular demand, The Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
Mark Davis will show up tomorrow morning for the midweek version of the Mark Davis Show. I think you should listen. Say, for example, beginning at 7 o'clock. Mark, what have you got planned for us?
Hey, JD, happy Tuesday. It's impossible to know when or if the growing mountain of Hillary email scandals will actually end her candidacy. It might, it should, but in this crazy country, especially the Democrat half of this country that holds her fate, I'll believe it when I see it. Meanwhile, we'll follow the facts, like did her attorney violate security clearance rules by keeping those thumb drives full of emails, and much, much more. Latest overnight news, a morning full of hot topics. Join us, everybody, tomorrow, 7 to 10 a.m., Mark Davis Show, right here on 660 a.m., The Answer.
Yep, she screwed up, and we'll see exactly what happens with it. Let me get to JT in Arlington. Thanks very much for joining us, JT.
Thank you very much. I guess my suggestion is, I don't think we're preparing the border properly. If they're caught a second time, they should be taken to the southern border of Mexico. And if they're caught a third time, maybe Tierra del Fuego. It needs to be made more and more complicated to get back here.
Well, I mean, you know, the thing about it is this, is that the people that are making it possible for them to be here are people who are hiring them. And at once, those people are making it possible for those people to have jobs when Americans don't. And I've had enough. Okay, I've had enough of that.
I agree. There needs to be substantial and significant fines on hiring illegals.
No, you know, I mean, I'm not worried about fines. You know, what you do is you go out and you find a CEO of a company that's employing illegal workers, and you put him in jail for 90 days. You know, jerk a knot in his tail, JT. Let's not screw around with these people. Okay, so it is the lowest possible federal misdemeanor that you break if you hire an illegal alien. Okay? It's the very lightest touch that the criminal law system in America can possibly foist on you. But I got to be perfectly honest with you. CEOs do not want to spend time in jail. They don't. And it doesn't, you don't have to throw big fines or anything like that at them. You just say, hey, you hire illegal aliens, we're going to send you to jail. That's the way it works. It was not a good day for Republican presidential candidates. Marco Rubio taking on Don Trump, is just as out of step with the voters of the Republican Party. And how I do not understand this. I do not understand how come people in the Republican Party leadership do not understand that the guy who is talking about things that they find repellent is leading the pack. Hello? What does that mean? It means you don't know what you're doing. That's what it means. It means you've got the wrong agenda. When you've got a guy who's never, ever, ever run for public office before, leading the chase out of all of your very carefully constructed candidates, it means you don't know what you're doing. That's what it means. Arguably, how long has it been since the Republican Party stopped knowing what it was doing? How long? How many years? How many years has it been? Since 2008, right? How about before then? No, about 2008, yeah. I think the Republican Party really did know what it was doing when it was headed up by George W. Bush. I think that was the last, and even then they were beginning to fade out. Hey, your standard bearer is going to be somebody that you don't want to get elected, which means you need to get out of the way. Quit. Become Democrats. Why? That way you could stop living a lie. Here, let me give you an example of somebody who needs to declare for the Democrat presidential nomination. And I got to tell you, the family that I hold in sincere regard, not going to be happy with me when I say this. But Jeb Bush, he just needs to declare himself a Democrat. He could probably get elected. All the moderate Republicans that are unhappy with the Republican Party because they're not left enough, they'll vote for him. I mean, Jeb Bush has a great chance of being the president of the United States, not on the strength of Republican votes, but on the strength of Democrat votes. Listen to what he had to say today. This is how he shot himself in the foot today. As reported by Associated Press, Republican presidential hopeful Jeb Bush said today the government should have broad surveillance powers of Americans, and private technology firms should cooperate better with intelligence agencies to help combat evildoers. At a national security forum in the early voting state of South Carolina, Bush put himself at odds with Republican congressional leaders who earlier this year voted to end the National Security Agency's bulk collection of phone records. The former Florida governor said Congress should revisit the changes to the Patriot Act, and he dismissed concerns from civil libertarians who say the program violated citizens' constitutionally protected privacy rights. Quote, "There's a place to find common ground between personal civil liberties and the NSA doing its job. I think the balance has actually gone the wrong way. Sir, you are completely wrong. Wrong." The government of the United States does not get to listen to everything I say on the phone, even if it's a cell phone. They don't get to read my emails. They don't get to collect my emails. They don't get to read my text messages. They don't get to have any of that. If they want that, they've got to get a warrant. They've got to go to a judge and explain why it is that they need to see my text messaging. And if that judge is convinced, write out the writ. Go right ahead. Knock on my door, said, John-David, we need all your text messages. But I need to be informed that the government is looking at those text messages, because then I'm going to call somebody in the government and I'm going to say, why do you need my text messages? I want to know right now. You don't get to spy on me just because. Just because I'm innocent doesn't mean I don't have constitutional rights. And Jeb Bush, you are as wrong on this as you could possibly be. The Patriot Act has not done anything to quell terrorism in the United States. Nothing. Oh, we've gotten a lot of corrupt politicians because suddenly we could read their text messages, except for Hillary Clinton's. Hell, she could actually operate a private server in the middle of secure world, and nobody knew a dang thing about it. Why in heaven's name would anybody in the Republican Party elect a guy who says the government needs more power? Can someone explain that to me? 866-660-5759. President Bush, if you're listening, please ask your brother to call me. I want him to explain that to me. I want him to sit right down here just on the phone. Just sit right here and explain to me why it is that an NSA needs to have more power, not less. I don't want to live in East Germany. Maybe if you're not busy, you can call me on the telephone and explain it to me. The Fourth Amendment of the Constitution protects me from this garbage. I'm not going to elect somebody who believes that the civil liberties need to be swept away. I don't want to elect somebody who dismisses concerns from civil libertarians about the NSA bulk collection of data. I don't care. I don't care if you're able to snare one teenage wannabe terrorist and in the bargain screw over the constitutional rights of millions of Americans. Is that plain? I find this to be absolutely and completely ridiculous. There's a place to find common ground. Yeah, there is a place to find common ground. I still don't like what the NSA is able to do. Look, if these people are worth surveilling, make a case. Say, hey, look, we're just gonna surveil them. Well, that's going to be profiling. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Politician, for bringing us the term profiling. It's not my problem that you created this monster. We're going to start taking care of terrorists. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to start where we can find them. And if people who are there don't like the fact that we start there to find terrorists, maybe they need to do something about what happens there, as opposed to having everybody look the other direction or give grandmother a good frisking at the airport for the sake of fairness. As soon as I see some geriatric female using her old pressure cooker from the 40s to create a bomb to kill an 8-year-old with, then I'll say, boy, we need to start getting a look at those little old ladies. They're mean. Don in Dallas, thanks for joining us. Hi.
Jon-David. Hi. I agree with you about Bush that there's no way we can do this without having some instruments to acknowledge and trot out the terrorists.
Say that again. I'm sorry. What are you trying to tell me?
I do think we need some NSA to have abilities to go out there and search. Otherwise, where are we at then?
Well, yeah, I believe they should too, but I don't believe that they should start with everyone.
No, but then I think they should be aboard, not maybe before, but afterward to check everything they do.
Oh, what you're saying is there needs to be some oversight.
Yes, on at least backwards. And another thing about your previous thing, you said 90 days for if an employee hire a illegal alien, and I think it should be take pictures of them and put them on the front pages.
No. They need to go to jail. No, they actually need to go to jail. They need to go to jail. Need to get the physical. Need to wear the orange jumpsuit. Need to get the haircut. They need to go through the whole 9 yards. 90 days jail. You're going to be in jail for 90 days for hiring an illegal worker. There, done. End of problem. We got to get serious about this. Just get serious. Let me get to Jason in Flower Mound. Hello.
Hey, good talk to you. Problem with the NSA, why it's becoming so prominent, is because we now taking drones and killing the terrorists instead of capturing them and using human intel.
Well,
so now we're going to have to rummage through the garbage pile to try to guess where the information is instead of getting it from the source.
Well, obviously, you've got to be willing to go out there and fight the fight. Jason, one of the things that the United States has always done that was brilliant is we always have taken the fight to our enemies. That's what we do. Hey, if you're going to attack the United States, we're going to go find you where you live and we're going to destroy you there. Simple, basic. What we don't do is we don't destroy a significant portion of the countries hiding these people when we find them, which is what we should do. Hey, that brand new Capitol building that you built right there in Islamabad? It's going to cease to exist in 24 hours. I suggest you get everything that you care about out of it. And you take it out. That's what you do. This is the Wells Report.
Welcome. We're here with a very special guest today, known by his family as Mike Manning from ChillFactorAC.com, but known to thousands of customers as simply the AC Whisperer. So, Mike, how did you get labeled with the name the AC Whisperer?
You've been talking to my wife again, haven't you? That's all very cute, but honestly, I think she calls me that because I succeeded in solving some very complicated issues over the years. I use a very accurate diagnostic protocol that has proven to be very reliable. It allows me to pinpoint the root cause of the problem and offers you the option of having me repair your system rather than replacing it.
For more information about this legend of AC, go to the AC Whisperer's website, chillfactorac.com. That's chillfactorac.com. And don't be confused with those other imitators out there. There is only one chillfactorac.com that has the AC Whisperer. So stay cool this summer with chillfactorac.com.
Hi, this is Jon-David Wells from the Wells Report with Walt Parker here from InvestingMakesMeSick.com. Walt, I was looking at your new website. I've got to admit, I'm impressed.
We keep telling people there's more to investing than just stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and annuities. Our new website is full of information about these alternative investments. You need to understand your investments. We also provide our We Come to You service and spend the time necessary to help people know they have other options than just stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and annuities. Website is great, but nothing beats a face-to-face discussion to help you with your investment decisions.
Most people say they listen to your ads for 2 years before calling. Don't wait 2 years. Call Walt right now, 972-463-3833. That's 972-463-3833, or visit their new website at investingmakesmesick.com. All investments involve risk. Investments may be considered speculative and incur substantial fees and expenses borne by the investor. Securities and investment advisory services offered through Titan Securities. InvestingMakesMeSick.com and Titan Securities are not affiliated.
Hi, I'm John Hill, founder of the Good Contractors List. I get asked a lot if the Good Contractors List is like Angie's List, so I thought I'd take the time to do a comparison and let you decide. On the Good Contractors List, we actually meet every one of our contractors face-to-face and have an extensive screening process. On Angie's List, you can pay to read reviews. On the Good Contractors List, if issues arise with our contractors, we get physically involved and will come to your home if necessary. On Angie's List, you can pay to write a bad review. The Good Contractors List takes into consideration things like overhead and sales tactics when choosing our contractors. On Angie's List, you can pay to read reviews. If one of our contractors refuses to fix a problem, we investigate fully and pay up to $10,000 of our own money to get it fixed. On Angie's List, you can write a bad review and you're on your own. The Good Contractors List is absolutely free with a $10,000 guarantee. Reviews are good. Responsibility is better.
Good Contractors List.
At Arizona State University, we believe in giving you everything you need to learn to thrive. So it's good to know the experts and college reviewers agree. U.S. News and World Report names ASU the second most innovative school in the country. The Wall Street Journal says ASU is fifth in the nation for producing the best qualified graduates. The esteemed Princeton Review ranks ASU in the top 15% of America's four-year colleges as a leader in undergrad education. This is a university that empowers you to truly thrive. Arizona State University Online gives you the exact same curriculum, identical degree, and access to the same prestigious faculty as on-campus students. You can choose from over 100 degree programs, all enhanced by our innovative online learning technologies. For more information, call 1-800-600-6431. U.S. News and World Report ranked us in the top 10 for earning an online degree. All these high marks should give you confidence in your big plans. Learn to thrive with ASU Online. Call 1-800-600-6431. That's 1-800-600-6431.
This isn't a commercial. It's a gift to anyone who's sick and tired of dealing with their hearing loss. Because we'll give everyone who calls a risk-free trial of a life-changing hearing breakthrough called Listen Clear. Not only that, we'll also give you free shipping and free batteries for life. But you must call now. 1-800-943-2757. Listen Clear is precisely designed by top audio engineers to fit your ear almost invisibly. And you can adjust Listen Clear to find the perfect way to hear everything, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Listen Clear is so invisible, people may not even know you're wearing it. And it's so lightweight, you may even forget you're wearing it too. So if you're sick of dealing with your hearing loss, let us give you a 100% risk-free home trial with free shipping and free batteries for life. For free information, call now. 1-800-943-2757. That's 1-800-943-2757. 1-800-943-2757.
660 AM The Answer. 660 AMTheAnswer.com. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Let me get to Adam in Grapevine. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
I just wanted to explain a little bit more about the NSA because most people don't understand how it operates. It's so highly compartmentalized that when they make a blanket statement like we're going to do this or we're not going to do that, you don't know which compartment it's coming from, and they even don't talk to each other. They could be spending $20 million on a project in a building, and then the next room over be working on the exact same project and have no clue that either one of them is going on. They keep so much secrets from themselves.
And the point?
The point is that them saying that we're not collecting, we're monitoring your conversations, but we're not recording things and this and that. You can't believe that. You can't take that to heart. You have no idea what they're doing.
Of course
because they don't even know what they're doing.
Listen, I got to be perfectly honest with you, okay? All of this stuff. You remember the metadata they talk about? The metadata has your contact information on it, okay? And there is a file that goes with the metadata. The metadata is like the description of a picture, okay? They're not just collecting metadata. They're collecting everything. And they don't get to do that without violating the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution. Just because there's no paper involved doesn't mean that I don't get to be secure in my papers. If my papers are all electronic, then I get to be secure in my electronics, whatever that is. I'm not going to be spied on for long. And if Jeb Bush wants to expand the idea of the NSA watching us all the time, I'm out. This is the Wells Report.
The Mark Davis Show. Mark Davis Show.
It's impossible to know when or if the growing mountain of Hillary email scandals will end her candidacy. It may, it should, but in this crazy country, especially the Democrat half that holds her fate, I'll believe it when I see it. Meanwhile, we'll follow the facts. Did her attorney violate security clearances by keeping those thumb drives, and much, much more. Latest overnight news, lots of topics for a Wednesday.
The Mark Davis Show. Weekday mornings at 7, right before Mike Gallagher at 10 on 660 AM. The Answer.
There was a lot to love about your timeshare, but when it's time to get out, there's a lot to love about ResortRelease.com. ResortRelease.com helps timeshare owners terminate their contracts and end all future payments guaranteed. Imagine how great it would feel to end all legal responsibility and never pay another timeshare fee. If you've tried to sell your timeshare, you know how impossible it can feel. Our 100% guarantee lets you legally and permanently walk away, or you pay nothing. ResortRelease.com holds a Better Business Bureau A+ rating. We're the only timeshare cancellation company in the nation with their prestigious accreditation. Act now and avoid 2016's maintenance fees. Talk to one of ResortRelease.com's trusted expert asset managers and see if your property qualifies at 800-281-9595. That's 800-281-9595. Experience ResortRelease.com's easy cancellation process and free yourself from the burden of that timeshare. Call 800-281-9595. 800-281-9595 or visit resortrelease.com.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. I love birthdays, and our friends at Abacus Foundation Repair are celebrating 15 years of serving North Texas with the highest quality foundation repair, and they want to give something to you. On their 15th anniversary, $1,000 off any job with 10 pilings or more. Not only are you going to save $1,000, you'll have the peace of mind knowing that with Abacus Foundation, you're getting the elite state-of-the-art solution for your home. Millennium composite pilings. Nobody else has them. Abacus has an A+ business rating from the Better Business Bureau, 6 straight years running on that. The expansion and contraction of Texas soils mean a lot of us have foundation issues. You don't want to call the wrong people. Call the right people first for the absolute best foundation repair. Affordable, reliable home warranty that you can pass on to subsequent owners of your home. Give them a call today, 972-406-9000, 972-406-9000, abacusfoundationrepair.com. Ask about $1,000 off, abacusfoundationrepair.com.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM, KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Brett Larson. After addressing some supporters in Las Vegas today, Democratic presidential hopeful Hillary Clinton says she's not too worried about her email server issues.
I'm very comfortable that, this will eventually get resolved, and, the American people will have plenty of time to figure it out.
She added in the end, the facts surrounding the situation will support her. Republican presidential hopeful and number 2 in the latest Fox News poll, Dr. Ben Carson, speaking in Arizona today, says America is stunting its growth with high corporate taxes.
People do not go into business to support the government. They go into business to make money.
Carson drew such a large turnout for the Phoenix event that a bigger venue than first planned was required. Subway pitchman Jared Fogle is expected to plead guilty to child pornography charges tomorrow in Indianapolis. Subway has cut ties with Fogle. Fox News, we report, you decide.
This is 660 AM, The Answer.
Hi, this is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor. I'd like for you to join me on my talk show this weekend. What I do is teach people how to go the natural, organic route. I stir up trouble, too, because I throw out some things that a lot of people just don't think are correct. You know what? We have a lot of experience to back up what we recommend. Have healthier gardens and more fun gardening. Join me this and every weekend.
Join Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
Pop quiz for all business owners. If you're not incorporated and someone sues your business, which one of these can you lose? Your home, your car, or your life savings? The answer? All 3. Because if you're not incorporated, it's not just your business that can be sued, it's you too, which means you could lose everything. Once business owners realize the risk of not being incorporated, they usually scramble to incorporate or form an LLC. To make it quick and easy, Incorporate.com is now giving away a free incorporation guide to all business owners, so you can incorporate in just 10 minutes. For your free 10-minute incorporation guide, call now, 1-800-733-1035.
Protect your financial future. At Incorporate.com, they don't provide legal or financial advice. They just make incorporating or forming an LLC quick and easy. Call now for your free 10-minute incorporation guide. 1-800-733-1035. Hurry while supplies last. 1-800-733-1035. That's 1-800-733-1035.
Dallas Baptist University Women's Night Out featuring Shonda Pierce, Thursday, October 15th, 2015, with Lindsay McCall and Karen Williams.
You ever tried to put on a pair of Spanx in an airplane bathroom? My body twisted in ways I didn't know it could.
Focus on the funny. Get your women's group together for a fun night out. Women's Night.
Check, check, check. The only Republican candidate for president, it seems, that's having a good time of all of this is Donald Trump. He keeps saying the right things to most Republicans, and most Republicans are responding. On the other hand, Jeb Bush said that the NSA needs to be more powerful. What? And Scott Walker has come up with a big government Republican plan to replace a big government Obamacare plan. We're going to talk about the Obamacare plan that Scott Walker wants. We're going to talk about that big government. We're going to talk about that big government Republican plan that Scott Walker apparently wants next time. No. I really liked what I was doing there. Right, exactly. Yeah, okay. Okay, here, let me try this again. So it's been a bad couple of days for Republican presidential candidates. It's been a bad couple of days for Republican presidential candidates. The only person that's really having a good time of it seems to be Donald Trump. He keeps saying things to Republicans that Republicans like. He's at the front of the entire line, and the Republican Party is freaking out. Will they freak out more when people reject Scott Walker's new Republican plan to replace Obamacare? Let's talk about it next time on the Wells Report. Mark Davis, bad couple of days for Republican presidential candidates unless you happen to be Donald Trump. Donald Trump is leading the way, and he keeps saying things that Republicans like. Republican leadership, meanwhile, says, no, we can't do that. And the Republican Party looks farther and farther and farther out of step. Witness Scott Walker coming up with a big Republican plan to replace the big Democrat Obamacare plan. Do we really want big government having anything to do with our health care? Do we really want any big government plan having anything to do with our health care? Gosh. Do we really want any gosh dang it. Do we really want any political party's big government plan to mess with our health care? I don't think so. Let's talk Scott Walker next. Let's talk Scott Walker next time on the Wells Report.
1-800-MY-SOLAR.
My home, my savings, 1-800-MY-SOLAR.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
I had numerous credit cards, and I was struggling with paying them off.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-758-5360 to talk to a certified counselor.
I had heard about Trinity, so I made the call. They took care of all of my credit cards, and now I am completely debt-free.
Trinity will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands.
The people at Trinity are very friendly. They will do whatever you need them to do in order for you to feel better about being in a very difficult place.
If your debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-758-5360.
My name is Ann, and I'm debt-free for keeps.
1-800-758-5360.
660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Reports. My name is Jon-David Wells. How are you doing? So this crazy Iranian nuclear deal. The president is having real problems with this. It's gotten so far out of hand, as we reported yesterday on the Wells Report, that the Obama administration has asked that Al Sharpton use his influence with black church pastors to ask the congregations to support the Iranian nuclear deal. I don't think that's a very good idea, because I think the Iranian nuclear deal is a big mistake. I'm not the only one. Bob Corker, a Republican who is a senator for the state of Tennessee, has announced his opposition to the Iranian nuclear accord. Now, that may not seem like a big deal, but Corker kind of works with the White House whenever he can. He's one of those bipartisan guys. Writing an op-ed in the Washington Post, he says Congress should reject this deal and send it back to the president. Corker, a Tennessee Republican, has been signaling his deep misgivings about the Iran deal, but the fact that he now formally has come out against it is significant. He's the closest the administration comes to a Republican ally on foreign affairs, and he repeatedly called for patience when the deadline for the Iran deal kept slipping, said Cordes, Nancy Cordes, in fact. Corker writes, it's Congress's responsibility to determine whether this agreement will be in our national interest, will make the United States safer, and will prevent Iran from developing a nuclear weapons program. I don't believe it will. He says the inspection process in the deal is deeply flawed. He says the deal strengthens Iran's hand in the Middle East. Absent a clearly articulated policy for the region, this deal will become the linchpin of the United States Middle Eastern strategy. We will be relying on Iran to help achieve our goals in Iraq, Syria, and perhaps elsewhere. This abrupt rebalancing could have the effect of driving others in the region to take greater risks, leading to greater instability. Iran was fully aware of this, which helped the regime continually erode the deal to its benefit, and it will become an impediment when we try to push back against potential violations of the agreement. We cannot allow that deal to move forward. Now, how can I say that without really knowing what's in the deal, like none of us does? Because, well, there are two side deals that say, hey, we Americans just don't get to have any knowledge of any of these side deals because we're Americans. Well, you don't need to have all that highfalutin inside intelligence, actually. All you have to do is keep watching what they're doing. What is Iran doing? Well, let's see. Russia is going to sell them an advanced S-300 surface-to-air missile system. Why? Why would they want to do that? Well, because what they want to be able to do, Iran, is shoot down advanced jets. Why would they want to do that? Anyone? Anyone? Why would Iran want to shoot down advanced weapons? You know, jets and fighters and bombers and such. Why would they want to do that? I bet you I know. You ready? It's because they expect to be attacked. That's why. Why do they expect to be attacked? Well, because they're doing something that's really, really flippin' stupid. They're pursuing a nuclear weapon. Oh. So Russia, because they're broke. Russia, because they are broke. They're going to need to make money whatever way they can. And since Iran is about to be in charge of $150 billion, Russia's saying, hey, how about if you give us a piece of that? We'll give you the S-300 surface-to-air missile system. Iran says, good, because we need something to be able to shoot down Israeli F-35s. Yes, they do. So that's one thing. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, here's an amusing item. Iranian leaders prevented a top International Atomic Energy Agency official from disclosing to U.S. officials the nature of the secret side deals with the Islamic Republic. How did they prevent this top international IAEA official from disclosing to the U.S. just exactly what was in the side deals? Well, they threatened him with harm. Yukio Amano, IAEA Director General, purposefully or purportedly remained silent about the nature of certain side deals during briefings with top U.S. officials because he feared such disclosures would lead to retaliation by Iran. Amano was in Washington recently to brief members of Congress and others about the recently inked nuclear accord. However, he did not discuss the nature of side deals because the United States is not permitted to know about them. Iran apparently threatened Amano in a letter meant to ensure he did not reveal specific information about the nature of nuclear inspections going forward. This according to Iranian AEOI spokesman Behrouz Kamanvaldi. The disclosure has not only boosted suspicions among some that the Iranians are willing and able to intimidate the top nuclear watchdog and potentially undermine the verification regime that the Obama administration has dubbed a key component of the nuclear accord. In a letter to Yukio Amano, we underline that if the secrets of the agreement roadmap between the Iran and the IAEA are revealed, we will lose our trust in the agency, and despite the U.S. Congress's pressure, he didn't give any information to them, said Kamal Vande. He said that Monday during a meeting with Iranian lawmakers. Had he done so, he himself would have been harmed. Okay, so let's see. Iran wants to buy advanced surface-to-air missile systems from Russia. Russia is going to comply. Further, they have threatened a nuclear watchdog official with the IAEA, the United Nations inspection arm, with harm if he relates to any of the information that's in the side deals between the IAEA and the United States. Or to the United States. Okay. So they're arming up and they're threatening officials who will be inspecting them for violations of the nuclear accord. And they're threatening them because, hey, if you tell the United States what's in the side deals, we'll hurt you. Well, what do you suppose is in the side deal that would upset Iran so much if we knew about it that they would hurt the person that said something about it? I wonder what that could possibly be. What else? Oh, here's a good one. The Blaze reports this. There's a new Iranian video that imagines a Muslim invasion of Jerusalem. Yeah. A new video out of Iran presents the imagined scenario of Jerusalem being conquered by a military alliance of the country's Revolutionary Guard forces and Hezbollah and Hamas. Isn't that interesting? Quoting the Middle East Terrorism Research Organization in the investigative project, the Algeminer, I don't know, Algemeiner, reported that the video was released 2 weeks after the Iranian nuclear deal was announced. The video shows fighters preparing for battle with gear, headbands, shoes, and weapons, then descending on Jerusalem. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has repeatedly pointed to Iran's continued sponsorship of the international terrorist groups, including Hezbollah and Hamas, and its dedication to destroying Israel as two reasons he believes the Iranian nuclear deal is a bad and dangerous deal for Israel. Yeah. Apparently, the lineup of fighters portrayed in the video was produced by the Islamic Revolution Design House. One dons the IRGC, Revolutionary Guards insignia, on his left arm. The other, the emblem of the Iran-backed Iraqi Shia Badr organization. Yet a third dons a headband wearing the Lebanese Hezbollah logo. A fourth is seen in Hamas's characteristic balaclava and Qassam Brigade's green headband. The animated video shows soldiers approaching Jerusalem with its iconic yellow dome of the Dome of the Rock, situated on the Temple Mount, the holiest site in Judaism, and the third holiest site in Islam. Later in the video, a wider shot is presented, showing dozens of fighters on a hilltop across from the holy city. At the end, Persian script appears saying, "Israel must be obliterated," or literally, erased from the annals of history, and the youth will definitely see that day when it comes. Okay, so let me see if I got this straight. Iran is looking for surface-to-air missile systems from Russia to be able to blow up advanced weaponry who might be attacking them. They are threatening harm to the number one IAEA official who's going to be inspecting them if they don't play ball and do exactly what they say for him to do, which is not to tell the United States about the side deals. And then a fantasy video. And one of the bad things about having a totalitarian government, nothing gets produced by a totalitarian government that isn't, by the way, at the direction of the totalitarian government. They come up with a video that says Israel must be obliterated. Oh, okay. But you know, the one of these stories, the story that I like the best, has to do with the chant of "Death to America." Yeah. Yeah, it's really funny. The people of USA Today, specifically Reese Ehrlich of Global Post, well, they want you to know something about the phrase "Death to America" that you may have missed. Okay? And you're not going to believe what they want you to believe about that phrase. Fortunately, you listen to this broadcast, so I will be able to share it with you. And I'm looking forward to doing just that after this brief commercial timeout. You're listening to the Wells Report. Prepare your incredulous, "you've got to be kidding" face. We'll be calling on its use next on the Wells Report.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Today, let's talk about the $29 service call gimmick. Here in North Texas, an experienced service tech costs at least $35 an hour to employ. So how does a $29 service call work? Well, it doesn't unless they find a bunch of stuff wrong with your system. It's just bait to get you to call. We can't come out for $29, and really, neither can they. In this business, you get what you pay for. Reliant Air Conditioning service call is $79, and our guys are all drug tested, background checked, and they don't work on commission. So if you need service on your AC system, call the company that's been gimmick-free since '83. Or if your system needs to be replaced, you can save up to $3,500 per system with Carrier's Cool Cash promotion. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437 or ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Let's make an offer on that Aspen Street house.
That one doesn't have a home warranty.
Is that a problem?
Not if you like paying through the nose on home system breakdowns.
Oh, what do you mean?
Like if the air conditioner quits, want to pay for a new one? Do you know how to fix the water heater, the plumbing?
Got it. Let's only look at places with home warranties.
A home warranty from American Home Shield protects homeowners against unexpected covered repairs and breakdowns of major home systems and appliances. Who would want to move into a new home without one? Just ask your local real estate professional. Or for complimentary helpful information about a home warranty from American Home Shield, call now at 1-800-771-2898. Service requests are subject to a fee for each trade called. Some exclusions and limitations apply. An American Home Shield home warranty instantly gives home buyers confidence in their purchase. For complimentary helpful information, including terms, rates, and coverage, call 1-800-771-2898. 1-800-771-2898.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. Got a question. Why is your mobile phone bill going to help Hillary become president of the United States? Answer is, same reason Big Mobile helped Obama win twice. It's what they do. Now Hillary's counting on Big Mobile to help her in 2016. If you're okay with that, don't listen further. But if you don't want to support Hillary or other leftist candidates and causes, switch to EOS Mobile. EOS Mobile. Website is EOScell, EOScell.com to learn more. EOS has the same great nationwide network, high-speed data, voice, pretty much everywhere across the country. EOS has the same devices you've come to love. And with plans starting at $9.99, a plan for every budget. Best of all, EOS Mobile at EOScell.com gives 5% of each bill to conservative causes and candidates. If you're stuck in a contract, they'll buy you out. If you want your phone bill to support conservative candidates, the choice is clear. EOScell.com. Learn more now at EOScell.com. EOScell.com. Same phones, same service, better causes. EOScell.com. EOScell.com.
Watching the news, you may wonder, what would I do if something happened at my office, church, or school? In today's society, being prepared could be the difference that saves your life. That's why you're invited to the Danger Zone 2, an active shooter seminar, Thursday, September 3rd at the Eisman Center in Richardson from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. This seminar is your opportunity to gain valuable insight on what to do in dangerous real-life scenarios. This seminar will explore many of the most recognized suggestions for dealing with an active shooter situation. It's perfect for church leaders, school teachers, administrators, officials, parents, anyone who's ready to learn and be prepared for the unexpected. The Danger Zone 2, Thursday, September 3rd at the Eisman Center, featuring presentations from FBI Dallas, private sector experts, and more. For info and to purchase your tickets now, visit 660amtheanswer.com and click on the link. A presentation of the FBI Dallas Citizens Academy Alumni Association, a 501c3 nonprofit corporation, not part of the FBI.
Tell me something. How's your back? Do you have neck pain? Hi, I'm Dr. Chad Glines, DC with Genesis Back and Neck, and I want you to know something. There's help out there for you.
My name is Steve. I had 10 herniated discs in my back, and that's pretty bad. I basically couldn't walk without help. Dr. Chad and spinal decompression saved me. I can't stress that enough. To be mobile again, to have freedom of movement is pretty much a miracle for me. And I'm so grateful to Genesis Back and Neck.
That just blesses me to hear that. Imagine no addictive drugs, no invasive surgery. Spinal decompression is safe. It's FDA cleared. It's not painful, and it has a huge success rate. At Genesis, we accept most major insurances, and your first visit will be at no charge. Please stop hurting and call me. 817-328-1922. That's 817-328-1922 or online at genesisback.com.
660 AM, The Answer. 660amtheanswer.com. If it's important to you, it's on the Wells Report on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. So let me see if I got this all straight. Just to recap, Iran is going to buy a very seriously sophisticated, advanced surface-to-air missile system to shoot down, I don't know, fighters, stealth fighters, fighter bombers. You know, who would want to be flying that into that peaceful, loving Iranian, countryside anyway? I mean, all they're trying to do is create a nuclear energy program so they can heat their homes in the desert when it's 130 degrees. So there's that. The Russians say, no problem. And by the way, it doesn't violate any agreements that they get that weaponry. All they have to do is have money, which, by the way, will be provided for them by the Iran nuclear deal, whether the Congress votes yes or no. It makes no difference. They get the money. Bad. Let's see. They threatened the top nuclear inspector of the United Nations with harm if he told the United States what was in the side deals, which means that what's in the side deals is something that anybody in the United States would absolutely find reprehensible and unworkable and unacceptable. 2 weeks after the deal is signed, the Iranian regime releases a video imagining a Muslim invasion of Jerusalem. Hezbollah, Hamas, the Revolutionary Guard, they all stand in triumph at the Temple of the Mount after taking over Jerusalem, as if Israel wasn't there. And the entire video closes with the words, Israel must be obliterated. But the actual all-time favorite is this one. This one from Reese Ehrlich, Global Press, or Global Post, as reprinted in the USA Today. Listen to this. Hardline Iranians continue to shout death to America at Friday prayers and political rallies. They've been doing it for decades. That chant is cited by conservative U.S. politicians as proof that Iran remains hostile and can't be trusted to implement nuclear accords. Iran, the U.S., and other world powers agreed last month in Vienna to unprecedented inspections of Iran's nuclear facilities in return for lifting sanctions that have badly damaged Iran's economy. Then everyone took to the streets after the deal was struck, yelling, "Death to America, death to America." U.S. conservatives say this: when someone chants, "Yes, certainly death to America," we should take him at his word. We shouldn't put him on a path to a nuclear weapon. That was Tom Cotton. But Iranians, according to Reese Ehrlich, have a different interpretation of the slogan. Death to America expresses anger many Iranians feel about U.S. policy towards Iran, said Fawad Izzadi, an assistant professor of world studies at the University of Tehran. Iranians remember that the U.S. overthrew the legitimate government of Mohammad Mossadegh in 1953 and supported the dictatorial Shah who followed. The slogan actually means death to American foreign policy. Iranians have problems with the American government, not the American people. He said Iranians are friendly to Americans. When you walk around town and people see you're American, everybody wants to take care of you. They sure do want to take care of Americans that are walking around in Tehran. But the most important thing is to note that, indeed, death to America, according to Iranians, does not really mean death to America. It actually doesn't mean. You're listening to the Wells Report.
The Good Contractors List is a free service designed to protect you. We meet all of our home service contractors face-to-face and feel so confident in our final choices that we back their work with a $10,000 guarantee. We go the extra mile in our interview process to make sure that the contractor is not only honest in quality, but able to offer the most affordable and fair rates. For instance, how do you pick who you call for air conditioning? Did you know that the air conditioning industry is commonly known for misdiagnosis and unneeded upselling? The higher their overhead, the more money they need to stay in business. So they flash tempting offers to get their foot in the door, and the sales game is on. The air conditioning companies we choose are simply stable and proven companies that offer the highest quality at fair and honest rates. And to protect you, they've all agreed to do an absolutely free second opinion if you're being told that you have to replace your air conditioning unit. If you need AC or any other type of home service, visit thegoodcontractorslist.com first.
Contractors List.
Sample comes with a 90-day order. Copays and deductibles may apply.
If you or someone you care for are using painful urinary catheters, Medical Direct Club can help. There's a new catheter that hurts less, and you can get a free sample with free shipping by calling now. Pain and urinary tract infections can be avoided if you're using urinary catheters. The new disposable catheters from Medical Direct Club hurt less due to an incredible new design that reduces pain by gliding easily and effortlessly. Old catheters can scrape and cut, causing pain and infection. These new catheters from Medical Direct Club are changing the lives of people who use urinary catheters. Medicare and your insurance will pay for up to 200 of these new catheters per month at little or no cost to you. Medical Direct Club handles all of the paperwork with your doctor and includes lifetime free shipping when you join. Membership and a free sample are free, so call Medical Direct Club now. 1-800-600-6144. That's 1-800-600-6144. End painful caffeine today. Call 1-800-600-6144.
By now, you've heard about the amazing talents of Mike Manning, the AC Whisperer from ChillFactorAC.com. Mike's with me now, and is it true that you're available 24/7?
You bet. There's nothing worse than your AC going out late on a hot summer night. All you want is relief, and you want it now. For a limited time this summer, we're able to provide 24-hour service with no overtime charges. We want to think we can offer you an affordable solution to a very serious problem. Hopefully, you'll see good reason to call us instead of our competitors, who are more than happy to come as long as you're willing to pay $125 an hour or more. We do have to pay our tax overtime, but you are our priority. So take advantage of this limited time offer.
For more information about this legend of AC, go to the AC Whisperer's website, chillfactorac.com. That's chillfactorac.com. Don't be confused with other imitators out there. There's only one chillfactorac.com that has the AC Whisperer. Be cool this summer with chillfactorac.com.
At Arizona State University, we believe in giving you everything you need to learn to thrive. So it's good to know the experts and college reviewers agree. U.S. News and World Report names ASU the second most innovative school in the country. The Wall Street Journal says ASU is 5th in the nation for producing the best qualified graduates. The esteemed Princeton Review ranks ASU in the top 15% of America's four-year colleges as a leader in undergrad education. This is a university that empowers you to truly thrive. Arizona State University Online gives you the exact same curriculum, identical degree, and access to the same prestigious faculty as on-campus students. You can choose from over 100 degree programs, all enhanced by our innovative online learning technologies. For more information, call 1-800-600-6431. U.S. News and World Report ranked us in the top 10 for earning an online degree. All these high marks should give you confidence in your big plans. Learn to thrive with ASU Online. Call 1-800-600-6431. That's 1-800-600-6431.
Warning, if you're drowning in debt you can't afford, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to pay it all back, because you don't. What the credit card companies don't want you to know is that there's actually a way to get debt-free without paying off your entire debt or going bankrupt. If you have $5,000 or more in credit card debt, you now have the right to settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. For free information, call Debt Relief Advocates now. 1-800-500-8980. We'll even show you how much money you could save. If you can't afford to pay off all your debt, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to. Call Debt Relief Advocates now for free information on how to get debt-free faster than you ever thought possible, without debt consolidation or bankruptcy. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk. For free information, call now. 1-800-500-8980. That's 1-800-500-8980. 1-800-500-8980.
Learn a little something at the start of your day. The Mark Davis Show. Mornings 7 to 10 on 660 AM. The Answer. Only for Texas. This is the Wells Report on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. So you need to keep in mind that death to America, the phrase death to America, doesn't actually mean death to America. In fact, Iranians, to quote an Iranian government official, right? Iranians are very friendly to Americans. When you walk around town, people see that you're an American. Everyone wants to take care of you. Yeah, I'm sure that's the case. I'm sure. Yeah. So here's the situation, okay? You know, when somebody comes up to me and says, death to America, you know what I do? I say this.
We're ready to believe you.
Which is a bad thing. You know what I think we ought to do? You know what I think would go a long way, Magic? I think what we should do is we should send the Comanche ambassador to the United States over to Iran to explain it to them in fine and straightforward detail. What do you think? I think a Comanche spokesman would be able to tell a story to the Iranians that they really need to hear. Don't you? The only problem is going to be, how do we find a Comanche spokesman? Kind of hard to find these days. Used to be a lot of them. Not so much anymore. What happened to them all? Wasn't it something like, was it Death to the Paleface or something like that? I'm just asking. Yeah. Yeah. You need to stop waving red flags in front of bulls. Bad idea. Okay. I'm going to make this very plain. I am amazingly impressed. Truly impressed. 2 women soldiers have become the first Army females to pass the Army's most demanding combat leadership course. The women, whom the Army has not yet named, will graduate from Ranger School 11 a.m. Friday morning at Fort Benning's Victory Pond and will be awarded a Ranger Tab, a distinction held by less than 3% of the Army's soldiers. Ranger School is a cast iron bitch. It is, from what I understand, just exactly what it's been described. The United States Army's most demanding combat leadership course. I don't care what your gender is. If you're able to get through that course and graduate, you are a stud. And in the case of these 2 women, studettes. That's just plain incredibly good. I don't know whether the picture in the newspaper is one of the women or not. I hope it is. Why? Because she's wearing a buzz cut, which is what she should be, the exact haircut she should be wearing. If you want to be a Ranger, that's the way Rangers look. There is a 3rd woman who had a little bit of trouble in the mountain ranges, and she may get to recycle and go back through that phase and graduate. Now, the interesting thing about this is that these women do not have a chance to join the Army's 75th Ranger Regiment. They will not be able to join because that's a men's-only club. Retired Command Sergeant Major Dennis Smith, whose final assignment was in 2012 with the Airborne Ranger Training Brigade, said his reaction was awesome, wow, and cool. Not everybody feels that way. Retired Lieutenant Colonel Don Bowman, a Columbus certified public accountant who was in the Ranger Hall of Fame, called the situation silly and questioned the financial cost to the Army. This is social engineering and political correctness run amok. I do not say the contribution of women to our armed forces is not valuable. I have worked with them and found their contribution to be of a high standard. Their work is highly prized, and they bring insights and talent to the Army that are of incalculable value. Yeah, okay. The Army announced the Ranger School class beginning November 2nd would accept females. The school has not yet been fully open to women, and the November class, like the one that began in April, is being called a pilot. I do know that there are more females out there who are capable of attending this school. There is no doubt in my mind about that. But the question becomes, is the juice worth the squeeze? The Army has spent thousands and thousands of dollars to send students to a school that has a graduation rate of 48%. David Perry, a retired major now living in South Carolina, earned his Ranger tab in 1997. Was a Ranger instructor at Fort Benning in 2000. Bottom line, this is great news for the Army. The ability to be a great military leader is not and never has been gender specific. We just got more good combat leaders. Kurt in Bedford, welcome to the Wells Report. Hello.
Hello, JD. I've read your bio. I know you're currently in the Army, and a lot of my buddies are.
Actually, I am not in the Army. I am in the Texas State Guard Air Wing Component.
Oh, I didn't know you were in the Air Wing Component. Very good.
I'm in the Air Wing Component. I did start out as in the Army Component, but switched over when the Air Component needed some help in a particular project that I was qualified to do, and so I went over there to help them with that.
Right on. Are you a pilot as well?
I have some hours, but I am not a licensed pilot, no.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a retired jet pilot, so I just
hey,
thought
buddy.
maybe you were.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
You envy no man. If you,
my
wait,
father
before
shot,
you go,
my father shot down. Hey, JD.
Before you go, but whoa, stop.
Yeah, sure.
If you ever need a co-pilot, I'm meticulous.
Oh, you know what? I hate flying. I won't even. My buddies give me free passes, and I go, I don't want to go anywhere.
What did you fly?
The last one, I finished my career on the 747, the big dog.
The 747. Like I said, if you need a co-pilot, I am meticulous.
I also taught Air Force, Navy, and Marine pilots down at in Hondo and San Antonio and NAS Kingsville.
Nice.
And
like I said, you envy no man. Okay. So anyway, go ahead. Your father.
He shot down the first MiG in Korea with the Texas Air National Guard in Korea, and there's a painting of him in the Pentagon, and I've got the other original. There's only two originals.
Was he flying an F-86D?
No, he did it in an. I'd have to go look at the painting right now, but it's a straight wing F-80.
Oh, wow.
I believe,
really?
Or an 80. No, it might have been an 82. I'd have to go look at it.
That's awesome, man. That's so cool.
Yeah, there's a flight of B-26s, and the outboard guy has got his outboard engines trailing smoke.
Yeah.
And the MiG-17's coming back around to finish them off, and then here's my dad in the foreground in a steep bank coming down on the 17. Not so fast, Chung Ching, and he smoked them. And that was the first MiG kill by the Air National Guard in the history of the Air National Guard, and so he got commemorated for that.
That is awesome, Kurt. I don't think I have not met anybody who was even related to somebody that shot down a MiG until you.
I'll give you my last name. I'm not worried about. I've said it over the air before.
It's okay.
It's last name. You can Google it. Oligher.
Olighter?
And then the first name Arthur, and then you can kind of get the bio on him.
Awesome, man. Congratulations. That's great.
Yeah.
Is he still
with us?
with
I
us?
have some questions about the Rangers, JD.
Okay, go ahead.
Did they go through the same physical qualifications as the men?
They
number
did.
one.
They absolutely did.
Oh, good. And then so there was no quarter given on leadership abilities or physical abilities or anything of that nature. It was just a straight course. You pass it, you graduate.
Right. There was no quarter asked nor given. These are West Point grads. These women were West Point grads, and so they went through the school. No changes were made.
Well, then more power to them, unless there is a financial thing where they got to kind of prop them up with extra training stuff. I wouldn't like that. But as long as they're doing it on the straight and narrow, then more power to them.
They're on the straight and narrow as near as I have heard, and I feel exactly the same way. Now, if they had changed the requirements, that would be a no-go in my book. That's absolutely a no-go. But if there's a girl out there that wants to be a Ranger and can do it, why would we stop her?
Exactly. I used to fly with a guy that his wife was he was complaining she was out of town for a long time, and finally asked. He was the captain. I was the first officer.
Yeah.
Asked, well, where is she, Morris? He said, I didn't know he was Jewish, And he said she's with the IDF. She's over there pulling her duty.
Wow.
And, so we were chatting about it a little bit, and turns out she was one mean son of a gun. You wouldn't want to get into a scrape with her.
No, you really don't want to do that because they'll just kill you.
That's right.
They take all the fun out of it. They just take all the fun out of it. They don't make any. It's not even a game of chance. They just kill you.
I love the IDF.
Yeah, they have to. They don't really have time to play. They really do have to fix the problem immediately.
Best fighter pilots in the world, except for maybe some of ours.
Well, you know what? I used to live out by Nellis Air Force Base, and those guys would come into town every now and then, and they'd fly, move for move with our guys. So, I mean,
Yeah.
So that's all I can
God
tell
bless them, man. They have a lot of hard work. Hey, did you ever hear the story about the '67 Arab-Israeli war?
I've heard a bunch of them. What story are you referring to?
Well, it was a pretty big dogfight, and the story goes that one of them got on the frequency of the Syrians, and he told them in Arabic to, he said, eject, 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 and about 2 or 3 or 4 of them popped out of a perfectly good airplane.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
That's what they say.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. All I can tell you is that Israel is very, very good at defending themselves. People say, why do we have to defend Israel? We don't. What we have to do is we have to keep Israel from defending itself in certain circumstances. I mean, because of the political situation over there, I mean, you don't want Israel to go and take out a significant portion of an Arab country's military, because what ends up happening is the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And we don't really need World War III to start there. Why this president is doing what he's doing over there, I have absolutely no idea. All I can say is that, Israel can take care of itself. The problem with it is that Israel can take care of itself, and they have a different set of weapons to use and a fewer list of alternatives before they use those weapons. And I just wish this president was smart enough to realize it.
Well, I think the president is trying to inflame the situation by what he's doing, and I pray to God, and my last prayer before I sleep tonight will be that the Democrats really rally, and they just put a hurting on Obama and just a super veto, and no matter what, we can stop this thing because this is nuts.
Well, I don't see that there's any alternative. I think there are some things that are bigger than politics. President Obama, in his presidency, has been searching for something that's bigger than his politics. And so far, he hasn't been able to find it. I think that the American Congress needs to make sure that Jews in America know that the American government, regardless of President Obama's policies, the government of the United States is still very much behind the state of Israel, and needs to be. There's no reason why we shouldn't be. Kurt, thanks very much for your phone call. I appreciate it. You're listening to the Wells Report. This is 660 AM The Answer.
This is Dan Tullis, and I just called Joel Clark, one of Select Quote Insurance Services' term life agents.
Hi, Mr. Tullis.
Joel, how does Select Quote save you money on term life insurance?
Well, buying term life insurance is all about choosing the right company. Let's say you take antidepressants or you smoke. All insurance companies are going to price that differently. We'll impartially shop all the companies we represent to find you the best price.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. I just got a man, 40 years old, on cholesterol medication, a $500,000 policy with a highly rated insurance company. His price? Under $25 a month.
Call 1-800-919-8949 and see how affordable term life insurance can be. That's 1-800-919-8949. 1-800-919-8949. Or go to selectquote.com. We shop, you save. Get full details on the example policy at selectquote.com/commercials. Your price can vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Hey, everybody. Mark Davis for my friends at ViaScan of Las Colinas. We're always concerned about heart disease and cancer, and we should be. You ever hear those stories about the first sign that somebody had of heart problems when they died of a heart attack? The first evidence of any kind of cancer was after it was too big to be operable. Early detection is everything. Information is power, and honestly, sometimes information is survival. This is what Viascan of Las Colinas is all about. Viascan of Las Colinas. My friend John Duncan and the gang with the body scan, the well-view scan, they call it. All the vital organs there between the shoulder and the pelvis, making sure there's no heart plaques or blockages, no little cancer spots that could rise up and take you down. This is affordable, preventive healthcare. It is not uncomfortable. It is not claustrophobic. It's fantastic. I love it, and I love the information. It's good to know what's going on inside your body. Be Viascan certain. 972-739-2840, 972-739-2840, or just Google Viascan.
Dallas Baptist University Women's Night Out featuring Shonda Pierce, Thursday, October 15th, 2015, with Lindsay McCall and Karen Williams.
You ever tried to put on a pair of Spanx in an airplane bathroom? My body twisted in ways I didn't know it could.
Focus on the funny. Get your women's group together for a fun night out. Women's Night Out at Northwood Church in Keller, Texas.
So, there I was. I didn't want to give in to the peer pressure, but they already had their bags of mascara out and their lipstick, and I'm like, what I got? Blistex.
Tickets on sale at iTickets.com. Call 1-800-965-9324. For group tickets, go to getgrouptickets.com or call 844-381-4751. Buy 10 or more reserved seats at one time and save $5 per ticket. Buy 30 or more reserved seats at one time and save $5 per ticket and get 2 free tickets. From Salem Media Group, Inc. and Awakening Events.
Hey, when choosing a financial advisor, outstanding reputation, decades of experience, and a successful track record are very important. The good news is I have someone I would like for you to meet. Hey, Sean Hannity here from my friend Bob Guess at Texas First Financial. Now, Bob Guess is an author, a speaker, an educator who has taught at SMU and other prestigious campuses in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Now, with his experience and the help of his team, Bob's clients earn a 9% return on their investments. That's a 9% return backed 100% by hard assets and no market volatility. Now it's time you placed your investments with one of Texas Monthly's top advisors. Now I know attractive, predictable, stable returns on your investments are important to you. Call Bob and his team today at 972-570-4444. That's 972-570-4444. For 9% returns and no market risk. Now make sure you check them out yourself. Tell them Sean Hannity sent you.
Watching the news, you may wonder, what would I do if something happened at my office, church, or school? In today's society, being prepared could be the difference that saves your life. That's why you're invited to the Danger Zone 2, an active shooter seminar, Thursday, September 3rd at the Eisman Center in Richardson from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. This seminar is your opportunity to gain valuable insight on what to do in dangerous real-life scenarios. This seminar will explore many of the most recognized suggestions for dealing with an active shooter situation. It's perfect for church leaders, school teachers, administrators, officials, parents, anyone who's ready to learn and be prepared for the unexpected. The Danger Zone 2, Thursday, September 3rd at the Eisman Center, featuring presentations from FBI Dallas, private sector experts, and more. For info and to purchase your tickets now, visit 660amtheanswer.com and click on the link. A presentation of the FBI Dallas Citizens Academy Alumni Association, a 501c3 nonprofit corporation, not part of the FBI.
Saying I don't know is no longer acceptable. This is 660 AM, The Answer. The Wells Report, a daily good old-fashioned North Texas barbecue of anybody trying to take advantage of us on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report.
And your homegirls too. We gon' get smoked out.
Yep.
And make it hot for you.
That's right. Here's something interesting that Idaho is having to do. You're not going to be able to find milepost 420 in Idaho. You know why? Because they've replaced it with milepost 419.9. You know why? Because stoners keep stealing the 420 sign. Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, apparently 420 has something to do with huffing weed. It's long been associated with marijuana, although its origins are a little murky. Yeah, 420 apparently has something to do with like Pink Floyd, one of my all-time favorite bands. You also could have started at a Grateful Dead concert. 420. I don't know. Maybe it's just a word that you can say when you're stoned out of your mind. 420. Here, get the milepost. Or not. Can you believe it? You know what we need to do? We need to stop catering to potheads. The executive producer of the Wells Report is Vicki Stifer. Technical director, conductor of the Wells Report Orchestra is Magic Matt Swinney. My name is Jon-David Wells, and I don't know anything about being a pothead. I only heard this in the Cheech and Chong movie. Back with more tomorrow on the Wells Report.
Hi, this is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor. I'd like for you to join me on my talk show this weekend. What I do is teach people how to go the natural, organic route. I stir up trouble, too, because I throw out some things that a lot of people just don't think are correct. You know what? We have a lot of experience to back up what we recommend. Have healthier gardens and more fun gardening. Join me this and every weekend.
Join Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
From Plano to Denton down to Louisville too. Hot-Finds has it. Also in McKinney, we'll prove it to you. Hot-Finds has it.
Hot-Finds has a great selection. I knew exactly what I wanted, and Hot-Finds had it.
And now, during Hot-Finds summer clearance event at both locations of Hot-Finds Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram in Plano and Louisville, get Texas-size savings on a Texas-size selection of new Chryslers, Jeeps, Dodges, and Rams. Plus, Hot-Finds saves you even more with the highest cash rebates, lowest financing available, and top dollar for your trade. For more, click to Hotfinds.net or come to Hot-Finds Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram in Plano, at Ohio and Coit Road, or in Louisville, Hot-Finds Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram on I-35 just north of 121. And remember, for award-winning sales, service, and over 90 years of Texas values, Hot-Finds has it.
I had the home of my dreams, but one day I noticed cracks in the wall by the front door, as well as the kitchen window. A neighbor recommended Abacus Foundation Repair. He said they're the best foundation repair company in Dallas, and they use an advanced system on your foundation called Millennium Composite Pilings that'll last 1,000 years. Well, I went to their website, abacusfoundationrepair.com, and saw that they have an A+ rating